Hey guys, hey. I appreciate you guys for joining into my podcast. This is Principles and Principalities. I'm the host, Shayna, and I'm excited for this week. So this week, I usually be like, it's been a week. No, this week has been definitely a week, okay? It's been good, actually. Yeah, God's good, okay? God has been showing up and showing out in a good way, okay? And today at church, the pastor was talking about, he was in John a lot. He was in Hebrews, and he was in Daniel's also. And he was talking about how when we ready for something, we want it right now. But it's not on our time, and it's on God's timing. And he said some of us like to question, like, God, why? Why me? Or, God, you said that you was going to do this. And, try to command God and stuff like that or whatever. And you're not supposed to do that kind of stuff. And I was just like, dang, it's so true. The old me, yes, I did that before. I used to be like, why me? I can't believe I'm going through this. God, please. Like, why I got to go through this? Why me, though? And the pastor, something that I know now, that I knew, but I really didn't have a understanding or an understanding type, said because he has to put pressure on you to make you better. He has to put you through this. So you asked for this, but now he got to prepare you for that. You know what I'm saying? And you don't. Sometimes you're like, I don't want to go through this, but you have to go through it because you grow through what you go through. That's just what it is. And, he was reading a lot in John, and I'm just like, he's so right. And it was a lot of things that he said which really made sense. And I'm just sitting there like, man. And a lot of messages today was really for me. And a girlfriend of mine, she was there at service today, and she's the one that invited me to. That's my church home now. That's my church family. And he said something that literally we looked at each other like, yeah, that's for you. And she tapped me when he was talking to me, like, that's for you. We like, dang, like, today is the first Sunday, so it's communion. And it was just amazing. I seen some people there that I haven't seen in a while. I'm like, oh, you go here? Like, oh my gosh. Anyways, I had a great week, and God's been doing his big ones with me. He's been doing everything that, God's been good. Like, God is good. All my prayers, like, not all of them, but all my prayers been answered. It's just not here yet. How about I say that? And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying my life, and I'm just like, God is good. Because can't nobody man, if God is for me, who can, man, the word be the word. Because who can be against me if God is before me? If God is for me and God fight for me, who can really be against me? When God is the ruler of all, the creator of all, I really just love it. I just love me some God. Okay, God is so good. I love me some God. Okay, so I'm gonna call my cousin in right now. You guys know I gotta do me a little scripture. We gotta do a prayer before we start this. And I'm gonna go with John. I'm gonna go with John 14. 1 through 6? So, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have not told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if you go and prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye me be also. And whether I go ye now, I apologize. And the way ye know, Thomas saith unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest. And how can we know the way? Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but me. Okay, so with that being said, you got to go through Jesus Christ to go through God. So, hey, Princia, I'm happy you tuned in. Now I'm going to call him and see. And we're going to hear his testimony. So, yeah, like I said, God is good. And you have to go through Christ to get to God. So, after one of your prayers, you have to say, in the Jesus name I pray, you know, in that way. It's going to be answered because he said it right here in John 14 verses 4 and 5 and 6. It says it in order to get into God. For me to have my prayers answered, I have to go through Jesus Christ. Then God will, hear me. Amen. So yeah, but this week been so good for me, and I'm just so happy, and I'm just like, my prayers been answered. Like, God is so good. Like, God had to really humble me. Like, when I say humble me, I mean, I went through so much stuff. We all go through stuff, Nobody struggle was greater than the next. So that's what we have to really remember, So yeah. Let me see what this guy doing. So yeah, with that being said, there he goes. He's adding him. Hey,
What's
can you
going
hear me?
on? Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay. I can hear you, but you a little low.
I'm a little low.
A little bit.
I don't know how to change it, to be
But
honest
it's
with you.
okay. Just turn
Okay.
up the volume. See if you can turn up the volume.
Yeah, I have it turned up.
You fine. I'm over there trying to click my stuff. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. Introduce yourself. Um, After you introduce yourself, start off with with your testimony and or your trials or however you want to do it. But just make sure you introduce yourself and let the world know who you are, because this go on YouTube. It's not just a Facebook thing.
All right, well, my name is Chris Gibson. I was born and raised in Southern California. Um, I went to Centennial High School, graduated from there, went to Texas Southern, got my degree from there. Uh, I joined the military, enlisted in 2013. I stayed in for 10 years. When I got out, I decided to become a sheriff. Um, After I became a sheriff, I decided to join um, another job that I don't really want to discuss, but but God has been good in that area. I got married 10 years ago as well. That's where I met my wife while I was in the military at my first duty station in Georgia. We have now five beautiful children, um, age ranging from 15, 10, 8, 3, and 2. And now I
Dang,
live in St. Augustine, Florida, and I feel really good about it. And
blessed. Kids are a
it's,
blessing, know that.
thank you, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. And this is also my cousin that I'm speaking with, my first cousin. She is the she's my mom is her mom's oldest. So
Hmm.
we are officially first cousins.
Yeah.
I thought for years like you were actually my sister for real.
Yeah.
But
I
you
still feel
know,
like that, still to this day. Like, that's my brother.
yeah,
Don't
me
you feel
too.
it? Yeah. Yes, yes.
But as far as my testimony goes, um, I always felt a connection with God since I was a kid. And I think it all started with the battles that I had um, with the spirit realm, um, as far as um, demonic activities. Everything started at like 5 or 6 years old. Um, I remember I had my first sleep paralysis, and
Mm,
at the time I didn't know what it meant, but I knew that I had to call out to Jesus for it to
right.
get away. First, I was just calling my mom, mommy, mommy, help me, mommy, mommy, because I didn't know what to do. And then eventually I was like, God, please, if you hear me, please help me. And I ended up getting up, and uh, I was able to walk away from it, and told my mom, and she got very scared. And she ended up telling me and my brother, like, hey, at a certain age, um, there's going to be demonic forces that will bother you. And when that day comes, just call out to Jesus. And I also remember when I was about 7 years old, this is a little bit after the sleep paralysis, maybe a year later, I guess, that these demonic forces started actually speaking to me in my head while I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
First I heard God's voice. He said, hello, Chris, this is God. And then all of a sudden I heard all these laughs and them joking on me and trying to
Oh,
scare me and
wow.
making all these crazy voices. It was just going crazy in my head. But I knew then that if I'm not with God, stuff like this is going to happen. So, I need to keep the Lord in my life. So starting there, at that age, I knew, okay, I need to be going to church. I need to be praying and all this stuff to keep this away. So that really kept me close to the Lord. But of course, as time goes on, you get older, you want to have
Yep.
fun and things like that. You start slipping, and you know those things will come back. And I remember the last time it happened, I was in my early 20s, and after it happened, I remember I went to my priest, who's the church that I go to. I'm not a Catholic, but I am an Orthodox, Coptic Orthodox, so it would be Oriental Orthodox. I've been
Okay.
there now for since 2020, since '05. So dang, it's 21 years.
Okay.
So um, when I went to him, I said,
Congratulations.
Father, I don't know what's going on, but I keep having these, paralysis. And he told me to sleep with the Bible under my pillow, and they won't bother me. And it was true. It,
Mm,
it, it never bothered me again. Um, there was a few times that I slipped up and I felt it come back, and I'll quickly
yeah.
put my Bible under my pillow, and I start acting right. But I want to say at the at my late 20s, early 30s is when I really dedicated my life to Christ, because I wanted my children to see a godly man, and I wanted my wife to be with a godly man. So I started taking it seriously, started devoting myself to the Lord. I started praying a lot more in the morning. Started making time for God. I started praying with my children, speaking life over my children. Every
Right.
night, I will walk around the house. I'll make the sign of the cross everywhere. I make sure we have some type of holy water sitting around,
Right.
and I would just go in my children's room at night while they're asleep, after I secure the house, and I would, just speak life into them. You're going to be great. You're going to be good. You're going to
Right.
be the best reader. You're going to be the best scientist, whatever. I would just say anything that is great to them while they're sleeping. And I make sure I do that consistently. I'm human, so I don't do it all the time, but for
Right.
the most part, I do that as much as I can every night. And so I'm
Yeah.
sorry if you can't hear me still.
I mean, I
I
can
don't
hear.
know how to
I'm
change
like,
it.
I can hear you, but I'm like, that's how I can hear you. So I'm going, so I can hear.
I don't know what to do. Is this
I
better?
mean, I don't
I
want you
don't know
to get
what to do.
off, but I can hear you just a little bit. But I'm like, if I got it down here, I'm really like, so I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I should keep it down there. Then my eye keep doing this little thing. This is why I wear glasses now, not to cut off your testimony and your trials and stuff. But the reason why I wear glasses now is because remember I used to wear them when I was a kid, and then
Hmm.
I didn't have to wear them anymore. But remember I had an eye patch because my eye used to it start doing that again, some just out the
Wow,
blue. Like,
that's
why is
crazy.
my eye doing this? And you got to be careful and not talk about people because you reap what you sow, and it's the truth. I did indeed talk about somebody that had a wandering eye. I said, not with your, I just wondering at me like that. And then like a couple
Mm.
months later, God was like, nah, there you go. Stop talking, and that's a problem that I have that I know. I admit to it. I take accountability to it. I have to I crack jokes so much, and it's not no jokes. Like,
Yeah.
it's real life that people suffering with. So I have to wear glasses and stuff. So when I take my glasses off, it's this one. It just do what it wants to do. Like, hey, stay in place.
Yeah.
So now it's like, so I be trying to, especially when I get sleepy. Look, she laughing at me. Especially when I get sleepy, it really just roams, and I'm like, this is not a cell phone. Like, why are you roaming? Come on now, get it together. So I gotta keep my glasses on, so I won't be roaming. Looking for a satellite. So,
Oh Lord.
you know.
She said, I done paid my AT&T bill. Why
Yeah,
you
I
roaming?
did. I did. And why are you still roaming? I already got the bill paid. The Wi-Fi on. Hey Chris, remember when you knocked on one of your friend's door and you was like, the lady gonna tell me, ain't nobody home? I ain't even home. Remember that?
Oh man, you still remember that? Oh
Yep. I
yeah.
bring that up all the time. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Uh-huh.
Because in her head, she probably was saying like she not even home. That's crazy, huh? If you think about it.
Yeah, that's how she felt. Yeah, but I learned a long time ago not to talk about people who had disabilities and things like that because um, you know, I love Michael Jackson. He's always been my favorite artist. So, he always, took care of the sick, and he was always trying to help with people that was had disadvantages and disabilities. So I felt like I wanted to emulate that too. So I always try to not talk about anybody who had disabilities because
Yeah.
I knew people who did, and it came back on them, either them or it could be their children or something like that.
Yep.
And, it hurt. And they always feel guilty, like, man, this happened because I used to talk about.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, I don't want that to be me.
Yep.
I don't.
Yep. For real. But right here, Princess, she said, God knows our sense of humor. He made us with a little extra special. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, he
because
did.
my mom probably or my dad probably was talking about crazy people all the time. Not like that,
Probably.
but I'm a jokester. So look, I take my pain and I turn it into a joke because
Yeah.
it's like I should have been a comedian. That's what it should have been. I should have been a comedian because I could take that pain and be like, you know what? I'm gonna laugh at this. I'm gonna laugh because it's funny to me
Yeah.
because it's like, and since I was a kid, I laughed at everything. When I'm talking about everything, I laughed because the bananas was green. I was like, the bananas is green. They said, you ain't never seen a green banana? I said, no. And I started laughing because it was funny to me because a green banana. Like, I've never seen a green banana. It was hilarious. So,
Yeah.
I just turned everything into, you know, comical because that's
Hmm.
how I get, through things. I get through things through it be comical. But you're right. You're not supposed to talk about people. And sometimes too, when you talk about somebody that now, that might be the last time you talk about that person because they could have, did something that we don't want them to do. God forbid. You get what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
have to be very careful and be
Hmm.
mindful on what you do. And I'm very open minded. So I do a lot. I crack jokes. That's just who I am, and it's not to offend anybody. It's like I crack them on myself too. Like I do them on myself all the time. I don't even. There's no harm in it, But some people, their minds are not like everyone. Don't think like me, so
Yeah.
So, but like you
And
said,
a
you're right.
person could take what you say totally different.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
could mean, the best for that person, but they may take it differently.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Mindful. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely
Yeah.
be mindful, man. I mean, I'm even today, I was at Walmart and I was speaking to one of the the Walmart people there, the workers there, and
Mhm.
The lady was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing well. How are you?" She was like, "Not so well." And I was like, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand." And she was like, "You don't understand." And I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, I just have a general understanding. I don't know exactly what happened."
Right.
And she just went on a rant. She started talking about all the stuff that happened to her, with kids trying to steal at Walmart today, and people kids riding mopeds throughout Walmart and all this stuff. And I just sat there and I just let her talk, because sometimes letting a
Yep.
person talk, you don't know what they're going through,
Yep.
you know? So the last thing I wanted to do was hurt that lady, because I don't know what she went through. So I just listened to her. She talked to me about 5 minutes, just going off. And in my mind, I'm like, Lord, please let her stop. I want to keep shopping so I can get out of here. But I just sat there, like, okay,
Right.
that's terrible. I hate that it happened. And at the end, she was like, "I'm really glad you let me vent. I needed that. I didn't talk to anybody today. I hope you have a great day. God bless you." And I was like, "Oh, well, God bless
Right.
you too. Thank you.
Right.
And I need that
Right.
blessing, please."
Right. Right. And and
But if I
and
would have sat there, I'm sorry, but if I
go
would have
ahead. No,
sat
I'm
there
sorry.
and been like, "What do you mean I don't understand? Why are you laughing at me?" It could have just went worse. But it's just, sometimes you just got to be humble. You got to be meek, and uh, let a person talk. You never know what they're going through.
Yeah, you're right. Like I should just let you finish when I was just trying to cut off. No, for real, you're right though, because you never know what a person going through, like you said, and you were that air that she needed, because she probably don't even talk to nobody. She probably just needed to vent real quick.
Hmm.
Sometimes people only have objects in their homes to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people talk to the bottle. You get what I'm saying? Some people talk to other habits and things like that. And I'm not judging or passing judgment on nobody. Hi, Tamala. And I'm just sitting here, hi, Denise. And I'm just sitting here like, that's the truth. People be like, man, I'm about to just drink, instead of venting or writing it down, because, we all are God's creation, right? So that means we all have something embedded inside of us. All of us have something special. All of us.
Hmm.
We're all uniquely made. You get what I'm saying? So if we just bring
Hmm.
that out, instead of like, he said, we can drink. Don't get drunk. Don't get
Hmm.
drunketh. But you can drink. So once you feel yourself, stop. How about you write? How about you paint? How about you draw? You do something else. Make a hat. Make
Hmm.
carpet. Do something. You get what I'm saying? Make a song. That's it. Like, that's what I do. That's how I express myself. I either joke around, crack some jokes, or I'm writing my poetry, or I'm doing my music.
Hmm.
I'm doing something, because I'm not trying to turn to a bad habit.
Yeah.
An idle mind is the devil's playhouse. I don't got no
Hmm.
time for no misery. 'Cause I ain't no company to nobody misery, okay?
Hmm.
And I don't got no time to be letting the enemy come and play around in my head. For what? What is the point? For
Hmm.
what? What? Why? And then now I'm over here getting. It's just too much. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
My joy and my peace. I will block anybody. I will cut anybody off. If
That's
it's my
right.
mommy, I'm sorry. I love you. Cut. I will cut you off. It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
So if I could cut off my mother, just know you're not special. I will cut you off. That's just what it is, because my peace. I have to protect my peace. The peace of mind. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. It really is. And the mind is so powerful. You can let your mind play tricks on you, or you can work with your mind to heal you. It's
Hmm.
either or. It's what you want. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So yeah, it's I just love life, I'm in
Yeah.
love with myself. And
Hmm.
it took me a long time to get here. It took me forever to get to this point, a state of mind where I'm at now. And certain people that spoke to me like, you beautiful, you're smart. Do you know what you like? You graduated. Some people don't even graduate. It don't even matter your grade point average. You graduated. Like,
Hmm.
um, you do this and you do that. Like, do you know, like, you need to learn who you are. You need to love you. Like, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
certain people don't even have GEDs. But they smart though, but they couldn't do it because they had to go watch their sister kids, or they had to be a grandma at a young age, or they had to, things like that. And it's just like, dang, or they couldn't have enough money to pay for what they needed to go to school or however. And it's like, we're so fortunate. We don't even know how fortunate we really are.
Yeah.
We don't, when our parents are like, get up, get ready, go to school. Some people have to pay for school.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Some people have to pay for lunches. Like myself, I have to pay for lunches. You get what I'm saying? The free lunches stuff, like everything that it come easy for me. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I'm sure everything that it come easy for you. But our parents made it look good.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? My mom worked 3 jobs. I barely see my mom growing up. That's why I was with you. That's why we was brother and sister growing up.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Because my mom was always working. That's why when I tell people certain things or whatever, I'm like, my mom didn't really raise me. They be like, your mom didn't raise you. I know it probably hurts her feelings, but it's the truth. It's my truth. Because mom, you only when I was 16 and up, that's when you were around fully in the home. But everybody else took time and took turns raising me. The village raised me, you know? I actually
Mm-hmm.
was raised by the village. Then that's the truth. If it wasn't your mom, I was with Carla. If I wasn't with Carla, I was with Linda. If I wasn't with Linda, you get what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I was everywhere. So with that being said, I feel like, it's the truth. So
Yep.
and not to throw no business out there, nothing, but that's just really my truth,
Yeah.
you know? And me and you are super close. I remember a lot of different times. I remember remember when Shade was standing up and I was like, oh look, he dancing. You was like, oh get down.
I don't remember that, but I believe it though. Which house was it at?
That was me Valley.
Oh, good old Me Valley. Oh
That was
yeah.
me Valley, remember? And he and,
Mm.
and he I thought he was dead, like he was hugging me and dancing and stuff, but
Oh, now I know what you're talking
you
about.
remember? He was like, get down, get down. I was like, what's wrong? I was so naive. I'm like, what's wrong? Like,
Yeah.
you,
He was moving them hips, wasn't he?
that's when the pool was getting built. When the pool was getting made at that time. He's like, go
Yeah.
to your shade. Go to your shed. Go. Go lay
Hmm.
down. I was like, what's wrong? That shed was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I remember remember when Faith tried to bogart herself in the door and you was like, she's strong. You remember?
Dang.
You was
I
like,
don't remember.
she on steroids? She's strong.
No shade. No shade.
No
No shade.
shade.
No
She
shade.
was strong. She busted through the door.
She was
You flew.
strong
I
though.
was
She
like, dang,
was.
don't you like football? You was like, I didn't know she was coming. Like, I didn't know how to put force into it. Like, you just thought it was like, yeah, like me. I was like, no, it was like, "Rah, not like God please forgive me. Anyways, but yeah, I always tell a joke. I crack a joke. That's just, this is what it is.
Yep.
But you're right. You do have to be mindful. You have to be mindful, and you have to really like make sure you say things so you don't have to apologize.
Hmm.
Things like that. That's just how I try to be. But I mean, I'm only human. I'm gonna mess up. Like Mike Epps said, players mess up.
Yeah.
It's the truth. And I had a good service today at church, and my preacher, he was just preaching and preaching on, and he was in John's, he was in Hebrews, and he was in Daniel, and he was basically saying like some of us always be like, oh God, why me? Why me? And when it came to my kids being taken away, I used to always say, why me? Why me? And it was just crazy for me. And I won't ever say like, oh, I don't want my kids to go with my sister, or I don't want my kids to go with my mom or my brother or none of my family. No. Why would I say that? That I can be closer to my kids if they're being in my, family. I can see
Hmm.
them at gatherings. Why wouldn't I not want my children to be with me? I even asked Denise is on here right now. I even asked her. She's been a friend of mine for years before I even had children,
Mm.
before I even graduated, I believe. And she was just telling me, and I was telling her, like, is it okay if my kids go to your house? Like, she even was like, yeah. But the backgrounds with people, it didn't come back too swell and things like that, everything is everything. But all I know is basically the message was don't worry because God
Yeah,
had to
don't
build
worry.
you. God had to
That's
make you
right.
who you are now for you to be able to get your blessings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this week been great. I usually have several. I'm like, you guys want to know about the week I had, like, you know. But this week I'm like, oh, I had a good week, guys. This didn't happen. This didn't happen. Like, I've been, God been doing His big ones. Okay, God been
Mm-hmm.
so well with me because it's just been like I've been saddened, like, dang, my finances was dried up. I'm like, what can I don't know what to do. Like, God,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, crashing out is not, that's the old me. Yeah, I would have crashed out, whatever. But like the preacher said today, he said, when you in your dark days, you are unalive. But when you on your righteous days, you are alive. So with me being righteous and going back to God and clearly clearing everybody out. I did a Rico sweep. Get out of here. Everybody get it. You know, Martin be like, get out of here. I don't know you gonna get up out of here though. Get up out of here. Everybody go. Go, 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 go. Let me get me together. And that's what I did. And I sat down with myself. I said, you know, Shayna, we gotta get you together. Cause baby, you about to lose it. You
Mm.
know, you hear this from this side, you hear this from this side, you see this, you see that. I gotta get it together. So
Mm-hmm.
I did. So I really appreciate you for coming to my show, though. And let's finish
Oh
talking
yeah.
about you. I do that a lot. I talk a little bit, then I do that a lot. I should let you just finish.
It's all right. It's all right. No problem.
Yeah. So what else did you want to talk about and stuff like that?
Well, I could talk about how I joined the Orthodox Church.
Hmm.
Um, I used to take football very seriously. It meant a lot to me. And when I first joined college, I messed up my second semester and
Mm,
I wasn't able to play football that following year. And I was
mm,
extremely devastated. And I was just kind of in my room, uh, lonely a lot because
mhm.
I didn't know what to do with myself because
Right.
I'm like, man, I've been playing football basically my whole life. I'm not playing now,
Yeah.
and it's because of me. It's my fault. So I was just sobbing in my own guilt and my own um, sorrows, and so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to my church. I'm going to give them my testimony, and I'm going to um, try to get closer to God because right now I'm in a quiet place. It's just me. This is the best opportunity for me to get closer to the Lord. So instead of sitting there in my sorrows and being guilty the whole time, I decided, man, let me give God a chance. So um, I went to my church. I gave them my testimony. I spoke about why I wasn't able to play football anymore because all the partying and just going back and forth to people's houses and just doing all this sinful stuff, and uh, and just let them know where it got me. And I remember that day I really felt God enter me. And I remember one day, um, my mom had told me, you know what, I never got you Christian. Like you never baptized, like nothing. And I was
Really?
like, man, how did you miss that? And she was
Really?
like, I don't know. It just didn't happen. So it came over me to get baptized. So I did. And when I got baptized, um, I remember after I got baptized, I was so excited. I was happy. I felt the fire of the Lord, man. That Holy Spirit was burning in me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I remember I was talking with um, the assistant pastor and things like that. And he said, well, getting baptized is just a symbol, it's nothing literal, it's just a symbol of your love of God. And it didn't sit right with me because I'm reading the Bible and I'm
Right.
I'm I'm praying to God and I'm like, that don't sit right. That is just a symbol. So I kept going to the church, but I remember um my sister's husband kept talking to me about going to the church he was going to, which is the Coptic Orthodox Church. And I was like, I don't know, because I'm going. I already have a church or whatever. That's where
Right.
I'm staying at. But the more I got closer to God, I started doing things that mirrored the Orthodox Church. So I started asking for like angels to pray for me. I started taking, the eight sacraments that God talks about very seriously. And one day I was explaining that to Nova, and I was like, you know what, man? Do you ever ask angels to pray for you? And he was like, what made you say that? I was like, well, because that's all they do in heaven is praise God. So I know if I could count on somebody, I could count on them.
Right.
And he was like, wow, what else? And I was like, well, do you think that baptism is a symbol or do you think that's a literal thing? Because I think you literally come up a new person. And he was like, what? How did what's making you say this stuff? Like, where are you getting this from? And I was like, I
Right.
don't know. I'm just getting closer to God and I'm just starting to feel this stuff. And, I'm reading the Bible and there's certain things that's symbols, but there's certain things that's literal, you know? And it was just like, you know what? Everything you just said, that's what the Orthodox believes. And you never heard the Orthodox, you never read up on it. And back then we had the internet, but it ain't like today. It ain't no
Right.
quick Google search. You had to actually go to a
Right.
computer
You gotta know for sure. That's the
and
Holy
type in
Spirit, okay?
google.com and then search. And
Right.
back then, the search engine wasn't as functional as it is now. So you may not even get a good search.
Right.
You may get some jinky dink
No,
website that
seriously.
don't even know what they're talking about. You're like, what kind of website is this?
Right.
But um, so he knew that I was coming from a genuine place. So he told me, he was like, hey man, you should come to the church and try it out. And I was like, nah, I'm just gonna continue to go to church that I was going to. But in that meantime, I was on fire for the Lord. I was fasting a lot. I was
Mm.
praying all the time. I was always going to church. I was
Right.
consistently writing music and things like that.
Yeah, I remember
And
your music too.
um, with all that blessings going on, I remember my sister called me, was like, hey, Texas Southern University has open admission right now. You should try to get in. And I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stick here. If I do good, I'm gonna play football here and try to go somewhere else. And she
Mhm.
called me like a day or two later and was like, hey, I put all your stuff in. Yeah, they accepted you. Pack your stuff. You coming out here? And I was
Right.
like, no, no, no. Like my plan is to stay here. And she was
Right.
like, no, you need to get out of there.
Right.
You need to come this way. And I was like, oh God, should I do this? So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And if it
Yeah.
works out, God is going to protect me. He's going to make sure everything's good. And
Man.
if he doesn't want it, I'm going to come right back. So
Right.
let me just go out there. So I left California, went to Houston. It was just me and my sister. We were struggling so bad. We
Hmm.
was eating $20 worth of um, churches, church's
Dang.
chicken
Uh-huh.
for like a week. Like that's how bad
That
we
is
were.
messed up.
Like
Not to laugh, but dang on it. Man, that's messed up for a
we were
week.
struggling so hard.
Mm.
But I just remember when my sister first took me to the Orthodox church, it felt so like home to me. I was like, this is where I need to be. It's like that puzzle, that piece that was missing, finally just boom, it hit the spot. I was like, this is where I was supposed to be. I didn't know this. Everything I already was believing, they were saying without me even knowing, without me even asking any questions. I was like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
So I got rebaptized into the Orthodox church, but this time I knew something was different because the first time I got baptized, I maybe because the church had a certain belief, it really didn't hit me as hard. But I remember when I got baptized in the Orthodox church, the night prior me getting baptized, I had a dream of me getting baptized by the priest who was going to baptize me. And he put me under the water. He said, all right, I'm about to baptize you. Put me under the water. And I was there for about 30 seconds. And I was like, hey man, what you doing?
Right.
I'm gonna
Like,
die
can
here.
I breathe now?
Like, what are you doing? And he was like, no, 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 no. You need to die. and when you die, I'll bring you back up because you'll be alive. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, huh? It was like, yeah, you need to be born again. And I was like, what? And I don't know what, it's like nothing was said to me, but in my spirit, I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it was the cookies or something, I don't know, but I felt in my
I
spirit
think something.
like God was telling me, you're about to die and be reborn. You are not going
Right.
to be the same person. You know,
Right.
baptism is real. You're literally
Yep.
going to go down and come back up.
Amen.
And I was like, man, well, Jesus got baptized and he is God. So it must be serious
Mm-hmm.
because he
It
didn't have to
is.
get baptized. So this is real. I really need to get
Mm-hmm.
baptized. So I remember I got baptized and I came back up and we had to wear brand new clothes. It had to be all white. I put all my white clothes on, brand new. And I remember me and my sister were driving back to the apartment that we was living in. And as we were driving back to the apartment, it's like I literally seen a whole different world. I see like everything looked like glory to me. I don't know if it was
Mm-hmm.
angels around me or what, but I remember Lynn, she had looked in the back of the car. I don't remember if it was through the rear view mirror or if it was she like actually looked at me, but she
Mm-hmm.
said, Chris, you're glowing. Like you
Yep.
look like she was
That's
like,
when you
you
know
look
it's
like
real. When that glow.
uh the last dragon right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you look like you're glowing. And I was like, I feel it. Like this
Mm-hmm.
burning sensation is incredible. And
It
I remember
is.
after that, I went on a fast and I started running every single day. I was outside working out, and my sister was like,
Yeah.
"Dang, the Lord that made you healthy, huh?"
Yes. I'm telling you, got so good.
And I was like, "I don't know," but I remember I was going to school and everything like that, and everything was working out perfectly. I had no issues. Everything was just falling in line. I had a lot of struggles. It was, very difficult going to school, but God said He will make, His yoke is easy. So
Mm-hmm.
even though the world is going to give you problems, He's not going to make you stress and be depressed and all that over it. So yeah, I had a lot of problems. Yeah, I had a lot of doubts, but I didn't feel like the end of the world. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I felt
Right.
like, no, God got me. It's
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
Most
I
definitely.
always felt like re-energized all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to a point when I was going to school, we only had one car, so I had to start taking the bus. And as I was taking the bus one day, this girl, she was outside of this car and she was shooting at things. And
Mm-hmm.
I heard it coming, but I didn't really know that it was coming from her. I really didn't know what it was, but I kept hearing these shots going off. And as she got closer to me, I seen what she was doing, and I tried to hurry up and get out the way of the sitting on the bus bench,
Mm-hmm.
and she shot me in the head. Now, thank
Mm-hmm.
God that it was a BB gun.
Right, right, right. Because
And I knew it was
what
a BB
sense
gun
did
because I
that
was still
even
alive.
make?
You know, it
Right.
wasn't
Like, are
no
you
big
okay?
old gash, it wasn't nothing crazy. But I figured it was a BB gun because I would have been dead, right?
Right, right, right,
So
right.
after that happened, I really started focusing on my life more. I
Mm,
really start um, not taking for granted what I was going through in my life. So I started going even harder. I started pushing even more because I knew I was here for a reason. And so every day I went to school specifically to be have the best grades, make sure I'm learning everything, make sure I'm understanding everything, asking all the questions. I started getting more
mm-hmm.
engaged with the school. I started getting more engaged with people. I even got closer to God. It got to the point to where I used to come home every single day. I'll go to my room, close the door, and I'll literally just talk to God. I'll talk to him
Right.
about everything. Never got a response.
Right, right.
Okay.
You funny.
None of that. So, but I was talking to him. I was building my relationship with him. I was telling him everything that I was going through. And I remember
Mhm.
one day I was sleeping, I was taking a nap, and that presence that you feel when a demon's about to ride you.
Yeah.
You kind of get
You
that
hear him.
presence.
It's like a
Oh,
sound. It's like a. You hear
yeah,
it?
I felt it. I was like, oh Lord, please don't let me
Not
get rolled.
again. I
I ain't about to
hate
get
it.
rolled. So I was laying on my back and I opened my eyes because I didn't want to get rolled. I was like, no.
Right.
And so I opened my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, there was literally a huge beam of light on my stomach,
Mm-hmm.
and I seen wings, some type of army gear, and I don't know if it was a spear or a sword.
Mm.
It was just sitting there looking at me. And I
Mm.
was like, oh my gosh,
Mm.
is this really happening right now?
Mm.
And I told my priest, and I remember he hugged me, was like, my son, because he was really proud that I was able to experience that.
Right.
And I just kept on believing in the Lord, kept on trying to get closer. And I remember I started slipping up when I started getting more into my school activities.
Mm-hmm.
And I started joining organizations. And that's when I started kind of losing my relationship with the Lord
Mm.
because I was so focused on the school activity and trying to be good at what I was doing. I wasn't putting God forward. And then on top of that, I remember Nova told me this, when people know that you have God on you, it's very attractive. And a lot of people will start
Yep.
coming towards you because
Yep. Good
even
and
though,
bad.
yeah, good and bad. And
It's
so I started
crazy. It's
seeing
like,
things and hearing things that was very tempting to me. I'm in college and I'm on the bus and we're going to these games or we're going to these different activities. And, these girls would be doing all type of crazy dances on the bus with music. They
I'm
will try to be
sure.
sitting on my lap. They'll try to make me drink and all this different stuff. And I'm
Mm,
like,
mm,
y'all
mm.
know I'm with the Lord. Y'all know I'm praying for y'all. Like, why are y'all trying to make me do this?
Right.
And it got to the point to where it was happening so much all the time. It was either I leave or I stay.
Mm-hmm.
But I was afraid to leave because I knew I was getting a scholarship for it.
Right.
But I wanted to leave because I knew I wanted to keep my relationship with God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I stayed because I wanted my college to get paid for. So eventually, the temptation got harder. And after a while, I'm hanging out, I'm going out, I'm drinking, I'm doing all the stuff that I said I wasn't going to do anymore. Now I'm
Yeah.
doing it because it was just gravitating toward me, just coming,
Mm-hmm.
coming, coming, coming,
That
coming.
was your
And
test.
yeah. And one day I was sitting there at my house and I was by myself. I was sitting in my apartment and I was by myself. This was a few years later. And I was sitting in my apartment and I remember all this demonic stuff happening in my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Seeing doors close on their own. Like,
They
it
do
was
that. They start to show
insane.
themselves. Yeah, you not lying.
It was so bad. Like, I remember one time I was about to fall asleep and I woke up and the door was literally shutting as hard as it was going to shut, and it stopped. It was when it saw me
Mm.
look, and I was like, "All right, I don't care if I'm
Mind
paying for
blown.
this
Yeah,
place or
I'm out
not.
here. Mind
I'm
blown.
gone." That same night,
I'm
I
out of
got out of
here.
my car
You talk. You
and
do
I
doing
went
too
to my
much.
mom's
Now you
house.
out of hand. Who getting out of hand?
I mean, you already, every night,
Right.
battling me, calling my name, and all this stuff.
You
I
doing
mean,
too much at this point.
look, I was like, I gotta go because I know it only gets worse. We're going to take a quick detour and we're going to come right back to where I left off.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of them and how they are, one day when I was about 19 years old, 20, a friend of mine invited me to his friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
I go over there and we're watching movies, and it just so happened to be a Stephen King movie. And as we're watching these movies in the middle of the night,
Uh-huh.
it's pitch dark. There is no lights on at all. Okay. It's just the TV. Let me tell you, I started seeing floating lights all
Mm-mm.
over the house.
Hmm.
I'm like, what? I never seen it this bad before.
Right.
What is going on? And his friend, my friends go, oh, that's just the spirits that's in the house. Don't worry about it. They just want attention.
Like it was okay. Like that's just normal.
So I rode here with this guy. I couldn't just get back to my house. So I
It
said,
taught
hey
you a lesson
man,
to always drive your own car, huh?
but I didn't have a car. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
trusted him. I know this was gonna happen.
Right.
He's like, oh man, don't leave yet, because he's trying to, you know, get some action going on. So man, don't leave yet, man. Just
Mm-mm.
stay here for a little bit. You be all right. So I stay, and I'm like, hey man, okay, you're done. Whatever. Can we leave? And
Right.
he's
Right. It's
like,
time to go.
hey man, I'm sleepy. I ain't about to drive. You be all right.
I'm not trying to be here no more.
So
Okay.
I couldn't sleep the whole night. I kept waking up because I
I can
kept hearing stuff.
imagine.
I kept hearing taps and crickets and all this and lights going and all that. I'm like, man, I can't sleep. So finally, it got to a point to where my body just went to sleep. And when I finally went to sleep and my body was like dead tired, I couldn't do anything about it, something called my name really
Mm.
loud and very scary. I woke up and my nose was bleeding.
Mm-mm.
I knocked on his door. I said, get your butt up, man. We're going. I don't care
Mm-mm.
what you say. I'm gonna take your keys and I'm leaving. I ain't staying here. And he got up. We left. Now
I'm out of
to go
here.
back to my apartment. So when I was in my apartment, I seen that stuff happen. I knew how worse it can get. Like, hey, these people could physically touch you. And these spirits could
Right.
physically do something to you. Let me get the heck out of here. So I
Right.
went to my mom's house. I stayed there. I was just paying the rent, and I wasn't even staying there, or whatever.
Yep. I'm out of here. I don't want to be here no more.
And I remember during that time, I was like, Lord, I got to get away from these people that I'm around. I need to do something to discipline me and get out of this place that I'm in. God, what
Uh-huh.
do I do? And it just popped in my heart and popped in my head. Join the military.
Mm-hmm.
That'll give you some discipline. That'll give you some structure. Join the military.
Right.
So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. So I joined the military. They broke my lease that I had there. I was able to move out with no problems.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I got to my first duty station, I just started getting closer to the Lord, praying to Him, keeping Him in my heart, keeping Him in my mind, doing everything I could to, um, keep our relationship tight. And
Mm-hmm.
that's and I stopped looking for love. I stopped looking for women. I just started
Right.
focusing on God and God alone. Because I heard this pastor say, you know, when you stop looking is when God usually bless you.
Yep. Yep. It's the truth.
So
It's
I
the
wasn't
truth.
not looking on purpose, but I decided, let me just give God my attention. If it happens, it
Yep.
happens. If it don't, it don't.
Because God know what,
So,
what you need.
yeah. And
Yeah.
sure enough, about 2, 3 months later, a man that came into my life, boom,
So
just
you know
like
what?
that.
So how did you feel when you proposed? Like when you gathered up to get to that point to where you like, you know what? I'm gonna make her my wife. Like how what was your feelings like? How did you know that she was the one?
Well, I knew she was the one because one day we had gotten into a bad argument, and um, I wanted to, like, I just wanted to end it. I was like, "Ah, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? This
Mm-hmm.
is, I messed up. I made a mistake."
Mm-hmm.
And as I was walking away from her, she got on her knees and started praying to God. And I said, oh.
Dang. Wow, that just made me almost cry right there. Duh. She praying for me. She not cussing me out. She not hurting me. She not telling me how dumb I am. She's praying for me. That's eight. She ate. Yep.
And I was like,
That's
all
how you
right,
do.
from this point on, I'm committed to this lady. I'm committed to her.
That
I
is
don't
so
care.
beautiful.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. See. God work in mysterious ways. People just don't know, but God is good. And
I mean,
can't
who
nobody
knows?
tell
She could
me
have been
nothing.
playing the game. I don't know. She
Right.
could have knew that. She could have knew. Well, let me pray the Lord. Maybe that'll bring him back.
Nah.
I don't know. Okay, but
I
I
hope
know
you
what
people
I
don't play with
saw.
God like that.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I know
kidding. I'm
you
just kidding.
kidding, but
But
I just hold on now.
but yeah, she got on her knees. She was praying, and I turned around and I started praying with her. And when she got up, I was like,
Dang.
"This is it." And so I proposed to her without a ring, and then a few months later, I ended up saving up to get a ring. When I got
Mhm.
the ring, um, I wanted to propose to her in front of her family and all, but she used to always be like, "Are you gonna propose to me? When are you gonna propose to me?" So one day I said, "You know what?" It was in front of my barracks
Mhm.
at my first duty station, and I gave my phone to one of my friends that was walking out of the barracks. And I said, "Hey
Mhm.
man, record this real quick." And I got on my knees and I asked her for a hand. She said yes, and it was history.
That is so cute. I was telling one of my exes because he was like, I want to propose to you, but I ain't got the money for the ring. I said, then you don't know who I am then. Cause I would have just been like, yep, and when we get the ring, because that's who I am. Cause you know how our family is, like So I
Yep.
was like, shoot. But if you wanted to, you would have. You get what I'm saying? So, and I'm a God fearing woman always, but you know how our family we God fearing over here, okay? And when he told me that, it kind of made me feel like, dang, he don't know me. So why would I marry him if he don't know me? This would be
Mm-hmm.
my second marriage, and I don't want it to be no. I don't want my second marriage to be no. I want it to be a union. I really
Yeah.
want it to be like the God to be the foundation. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I don't want it to be he doing him and I'm doing me and all that other. That is chaos. And I don't want no chaotic marriage. I want to be saved. I want my man to be saved. I want him to pray for me. I want to pray for him. I want it to be
Yeah.
covered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your story, beautiful. Chef kiss. I love it. Like, for real. Cause that's cute.
Thank
Like,
you.
and she was like, yep, we're gonna do this. And she started praying, like, come on now,
Yeah.
cousin. So with that being said, that was beautiful. That made me
Thank
almost
you.
I was like, okay, maybe it was God or the Holy Spirit. I don't know. Told me to ask that question. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I would have accepted a marriage without a ring. I would have because a ring it's the heart. The ring don't really it means something, yes, but it's
Now
the
that's
heart.
the ring is the symbol. Okay, now
The
that's the
ring is the
symbol.
symbol. It
The
is.
ring is the
But
symbol.
we could have wore something else at the time being. We didn't
Yeah.
have Walmart got a special for the 925. I would have settled for that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I proposed to her without a ring and she
Mhm.
didn't care.
That's the beauty of it. That's how you know it was true and it's love. Because she like, I don't at this point in time, once we can get the ring, then yes. But this is what I want and you are who I want.
Mm-hmm.
When you really love somebody, you accept them through all their baggage, all of their chaos, all of everything, because prayer is power. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when God send you somebody for real, He send that person for you, and
Mm-hmm.
y'all don't give up on each other, and that's just what it is. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Your story was cute. I liked it.
Good.
Like, yeah, and then you gave my auntie all the grandkids and my uncle all the grandkids. Like, I
Boy.
said, how much kids? She said 5. I said, okay, go ahead. Okay, I see you. 'Cause they're beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Like you and your family is so beautiful. I love you guys. I'm like, oh my gosh. When you younger and you look at stuff like because to be honest, not to say nothing like that, but in our generation, well, our age group generation. Cause I'm in the generation with older cousins as well. Like, how are you in that generation? Like, cause I'm the baby. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just kind of crazy. But in
Yeah.
our group generation, like, I'm like, okay, I'm 25, married, I got everything going. Dang, this ain't even the husband for me.
Oh,
My life is like, my life was
yeah.
flipped turned upside down, like Will Smith said. So
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, dang, now I gotta get a divorce. Now I gotta go through this. I was just, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm all
Yep.
happy and married now. I'm miserable and married. Like, I don't want this. But I am happily divorced now. I am,
Yep.
you know, very happy, loving myself. God is good, okay? God has restored me, remembered me, healed me, and gave me back myself. Shane is back, baby. And
Mm-hmm.
I just been living life, even though I got a little pimple, I don't know where that happened. I don't know where that came from. Oh no. I don't know. But
Just to let you know, I would have never noticed until you pointed it out. I mean,
because I just keep looking at it like it's really just gonna sit here and play peekaboo. Cause it's annoying me. But
Lord, Lord, Lord.
I'm gonna crack a joke or two. Um, but I just been like, I haven't been searching for a husband. I know God's gonna give me that. I really been in for my kids. That's just what I am. But also I've been on that, what career path am I going on? What am I
Hmm.
doing? What we gonna do with me? Because we're not gonna be just sitting around. I know I'm a motivational speaker. I don't get paid for it yet. But I'm not about to just be sitting around and just
Hmm.
writing poems and stuff. I'm gonna push it. Or not just sitting around writing songs. I'm gonna push it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I graduated in a couple months. We're not gonna say what I'm going to school for. We're not gonna say none of that. Just know I graduated in a couple months. I ate that. And I'm so excited.
Congratulations.
And I do everything quietly because I don't tell my left hand what my right hand is doing, because I have to learn from a lot of mistakes in the past. I spoke too much and the devil caught, and he put it in somebody, you get what I'm saying? The devil catch things, the enemy catch things, and he played trickery. And I don't
Hmm.
want that for my life anymore. So I'm just learning as I go. Like, gotta be quiet. We can't tell that. But I just be so excited that this is going on for me. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And it's like, God, I'm so excited because of this. That's what I
Hmm.
learned. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, I'm so happy you doing your stuff, big guy, big guy. Like, because
Yep.
God, you so good. Like, you blowing my mind. Imagine, like, God is limitless and people put limit on God. God is
Hmm.
limitless. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ugh, what he's doing for me, where I came from to where I'm at now, spiritually, mentally, and oh my gosh, it's just like physically, like, man, I couldn't walk a couple years ago. I'm
Hmm.
walking. You know, I couldn't even say, like, oh, God did this for me. I'll be like, man, where the drink at? Like, that's
Mm.
sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is so sad. Now I'm like, I'm doing my principles and principalities.
That's right.
Like, God done came inside me. He done rearranged everything, and he been working through me. And I ask
Hmm.
God, use me. Don't let these people misuse me, but you can use me forever and always because I'm your daughter.
That's right.
And I want the Holy Spirit to speak through me at all times. And I, I'm gifted. I'm very gifted. And sometimes it plays tricks with me because I be like, Raven. I was like, Raven, like, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but this what the message was. The message was this. I don't know though. Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a get when, like you said, when you get baptized and you fast. Fasting is the key. Once you start fasting for real, and you in your Bible and you praying and you understand, you overstand and understand what God is saying. Oh my gosh, baby. It's like this is happening to me and this is happening to me. Like, God, give me the courage, give me the wisdom, give me the knowledge, like, to accept this stuff. And I'm just so excited that it didn't make me go into psychosis. It made
Hmm.
me understand it. You know, I did go into psychosis before. That was years ago. But now this is a different, turning point. And I'm like, because I had God on my side. If God is for you, who can be against you?
That's right.
So whew, I just want to say that, throw that out there.
No,
Because
I'm
God is
glad
so
you did. That
good.
was
Like,
that was beautiful. Yes, it was.
no, I really appreciate you. Like,
Hmm.
because I have more. The book is coming. The book is
I
coming.
can't wait for it. I can't wait for it.
Man, the book is coming. It takes time to write. Greatness take time.
Mm-hmm.
Greatness take time. So yeah. But your testimony, it was so beautiful. Like, especially about the getting road park, because that stuff, that ain't no joke, man. I don't like it. I
No.
don't like it at all.
And I'm glad I never experienced what other people experience when they get rolled. I mean, I've heard
Mm.
a lot of stuff. Some people they end up in some type of dungeon.
Oh no.
Some people see the demons around them.
Oh no.
Some people see like death with the axe and everything, whatever
Uh-huh.
you call that,
That is
the grass cutter.
crazy.
They see him out there. Yeah, nope.
Mm-mm. I'm
I
good.
ain't seen all that. That was
God is
enough.
good.
Me getting rolled was enough.
Mm-mm. That is rough, and that is not for me. I am
I,
okay.
I think the worst I've ever had it when I was getting rolled though. I was living in Houston, and I remember I was getting rolled and I was praying to the Lord and I was trying to get out of it. And I heard the demon speak through me. Like my
Mm-hmm.
voice got super duper deep. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, shoot. And I
Mm-hmm.
woke up. That was like one of the worst things I
Mm-hmm.
experienced during that. But I've never experienced like levitation or anything. Nah, it's
Right.
just, they on top of me,
Right.
Jesus, Jesus, and they get off.
Yeah, when you pray, they get off of you. My worst experience, I would say, it's crazy because before, okay, so the crazy experience I would say was in Roanoke Valley. I was 13 years old. Okay, so it's like my mom and whoever else was just fighting in the hallway. And I'm like, what the heck? So I go out and then I'm just like, but this is a dream though, because you dreaming it. And I'm like, I felt it getting closer and closer, like I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, Mom, Mom, Mom. I'm calling for my mom, calling for my mom. Similar to yours. And I'm like, God, please get this thing off me. I don't want to go through this. Or like, God, please, I can't breathe. Like, and in Jesus' name, like, God, please, God, help me. I'm about to just give up. Because at this point, this thing is holding me down. And I'm
Hmm.
only 13 years old. I'm like, God, please. And then this was the craziest part. When I finally got up and I felt it and I looked, and I swear, my mom said it was demonic, but it sounded like my daddy. She and I know. And I seen the dress go. And I was like, I was scared. Like it was a black little. And I was scared, like, Mom, I just got rolled. It was my dad. She was like, that was your dad? That was I was
See,
like,
that's what the
no, it was
Bible
my
say.
dad. She was like, that was a demon.
Yeah, I was a familiar spirit. That's what that was.
Yep.
Trying
And
to
I
act like your
was,
dad, because
yep.
they ain't supposed to come back.
You know, I'm like, I was scared. And ever since then, I'll try to be good. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
mm-mm. That experience was like one of the worst experience ever. And then not too long ago, I took it upon myself to talk to somebody about it. Like, oh yeah, getting wrong stuff. We laughing and stuff like, oh yeah, da da da. And then somebody was like, I don't talk about that stuff because it starts to happen. And I was like, and I was like, yeah, let me shut up. Cause I don't want I'm cool. I
Hmm.
haven't had that in years. Man, I went to sleep and I was like, why did I talk about this? Because that's exactly what happened. And I was like, oh
Mm.
my gosh, it's been years. The last time I was rolled, I was 13. And then this recent time, I was about um, I was about 33, 34. And I was like, dang. And it was recent. So I'm like, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I'm all broke up now. So I'm like,
Mm.
I'm like, dang. I'm like, dang, it got me. I said, Father God, I come to you humbly and I ask you to please remove this thing off of me. I don't know why it's on me, but can you just remove it, please? I don't want to fight with this thing. I don't want to tussle. I just want you to just help me. I don't want to do this anymore. And I just felt it go, what? And I just got up and I was like, so like, when you weak, like, have you ever got the flu before? And you be like,
Hmm.
ugh. That's how I felt. And I was just like, I took a shower and I just started praying. I just started crying like, I don't know what's going on with me. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like,
Hmm.
I just didn't know what was going on. And I was just basically sick of it. I was just like, sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I don't know what's going on. And then when I start going back to church, because I was out of church for a while. I was out of church from 2018 all the way to, so 2018 was the last time I went to church before I started going back, and I barely started going back a little bit last year, but I'll say this year basically, because I was like, I'm not going inside church. Like, I'm not going to church. Why? Because the enemy was keeping me from church. Duh. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
reason. There's no other explanation.
That's right.
So when I really start going back to church and stuff, I'm like, I gotta do this. I gotta, I made a commitment to myself and to God, like, God, I want you to use me however you use me. Let my story be. I'm a walking testimony. We all are walking testimonies, all of us. And I'm like, let my story really help somebody out there for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because what the things that I went through, it was chaos after chaos, chaotic after chaotic. And I'm like, you know, I'm not ashamed of nothing that I've been through. I can speak
Mm-hmm.
about it. I don't have a shame because I'm not supposed to have shame because God put me through the ringer and put me through them things for a reason. The
Mm-hmm.
diamonds go under pressure and they
That's
come
right.
out beautiful. Okay. So with that being said, look at me now. I'm
That's
I'm
right.
back. I'm working on my mind still. God is in my Holy Spirit gonna speak through me. And I'm just in the awe with
That's right.
how far I came. And you too, like I swear you was gonna be a football player. I was like, Chris gonna be a football, he gonna get us out.
Yeah, I thought
Chris
I
gonna get
was
us
too.
out. But it's okay.
I
Don't be
thought I
shameful
was too.
because God do everything for a reason. Because if you went through football, what would have happened with your life? Who would have been with your wife? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be doing this.
I tell
I'd
you
be in
that.
Hollywood somewhere having a time of my life.
You hear me?
Terrible. But I know my heart, and God knows my heart.
Yep.
That's why I had to give it to Him. And,
Yep.
Lord, take away anything that's going to distract me from you, take me from you. And He
Yep.
did.
Yep. He did the Rico sweep. We taking everybody out. For real, we
Yeah.
taking everybody out. We putting all positive people in. That's what he
You
do.
know,
I'm telling you.
I just want to say this real quick. I learned that from my mom because um, when I was about 10 years old, 11 or whatever, my mom had this friend um, that she befriended, during a very, very dark time of her life,
Mhm.
being divorced and all these different things. And so she, she met this person and they became really good friends.
Mhm.
Uh, my mom doesn't know why that person was gravitating to her, but she was, and she was very, very sweet. And I just remember when my mom was with her, whatever she would pray for, whatever they would talk about, usually my mom would kind of get.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, this is a really good person to be around, like things are happening, I'm praying, I'm getting closer to God. Wow, things are really working out. And I remember they became so close that even me and my brother was sleeping over at her house. And because she was actually a really, really nice person.
Mhm.
But I remember one day when me and my brother was staying at her house, besides me getting rolled every night when I was there, and I felt like a demonic presence.
Right.
One day, my brother, I don't remember if he got out the shower or we was just chilling, but he was just like saying like he just started screaming like,
Mhm.
oh man, my insides feels like they're twisting, they're turning, something's happening to me, I don't know what's going on. And he ended
Mm.
up throwing up blood. He was just throwing up
Ooh.
blood and he was like, it's my insides, they feel like they're being twisted, something is happening to me, help, and he was just throwing up this blood, throwing up blood. And I'm just like,
Right.
call 911, like, let's do
The
something.
heck?
And her excuse was, oh, you just growing up. Your body's changing. You're growing up. You know what I'm saying? Your body goes through that. So in my mind, I'm like, dang, I don't want
Mm-mm.
to go through puberty. I'm gonna have to probably
Mm-mm.
throw up to
Right.
go through
Like
puberty.
throw blood. What the?
Huh? I ain't never heard of this in my life,
Right.
but I ain't never been through it, so I
Right.
don't know. And after that happened, one day she was telling my mom like, "Hey, if you want to get closer to the Lord, you know, go to this store and get this book, and it'll help you get closer to God." So my mom was asking around with different people in the area where the store was, where this book was located. And some people looked at my mom like she was crazy and like kind of walked fast and got out the way. And she's
Hmm.
like, man, why every time I ask somebody where this bookstore is, they're looking at me like I'm crazy?
Right.
Well, she finally finds the bookstore. She goes in and she's like, dang, there's a lot of candles in here. It's kind of weird in here. Okay. Um, all these different type of beads and everything going
Is it a psychic
on,
teller?
African hair and stuff. Like, what's going
And
on?
right.
Why is there a zebra tail in here?
Kind
What's
of
happening?
kind of
So
witchy.
she walks in, she asks for this book, and when she looks at the book, she goes, necromancy. What? I thought it was something to get closer to God. And that's
Mm-mm.
when she found out that her friend that she's been with this whole time was a witch.
Mm.
A
It
full,
sounds like it. I mean, what you
full
were saying,
blown
I'm
witch.
like,
My brother already went through his thing.
right,
I would have thought that would have been enough. Like, I don't know what's going on with my kid, but as soon as he
right,
got with you, something happened. I don't,
right, right.
I don't
Like,
trust you no more. No,
what's
I
going
guess
on?
that didn't matter. It was puberty. That's what it
Right.
was. It was puberty.
Is everything
So
right?
when my mom found that out, she said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm not dealing with the devil no more. God, whatever the devil blessed me with, take it away."
Yep.
It was broke.
Yep. Bro, got
She
on.
lost her job.
Sprinter. Sprinter. Yeah. Get up out of
And we
here.
had to live with y'all for a little while. So
Man, that's
it
crazy.
was
That
it
is
was a very,
crazy.
very humbling moment. But after that happened, God started building my mother back up slowly
Yes.
but surely. There was times where I don't know if my mom was gonna have a job, where we was gonna get money from, how things was gonna work out. But some way, somehow, she was getting blessed here and there, here and there. But I
Right.
just remember that prayer that my mom said, whatever the devil has given me, take it away. And that
Yep.
always stuck with me. So back to we first started talking about, and I was talking about football, when I said, God, take whatever, that ain't right for you, take it away.
Yep.
He did.
Yep.
He did.
Yep.
Because when you doing something for God, it's gonna be a lot easier to deal with. Like the doors
Yeah.
will just open. You
Yeah.
don't have to try too hard.
Yep.
It just happened.
Yep. It's
When
just
you in
like,
when you aligned, it just happened. Just
yep.
boom,
I'm
boom, boom.
aligned.
Like, dang,
Yep.
I didn't even try that hard. It just happened.
Yep.
But when you see yourself struggling and stressing and it just giving you heartache and all that, it's like, wait a minute, this can't be from God. I'm getting too stressed over this.
Right.
I'm losing hair. Like, what's
Right.
happening?
Right.
Um, that's the times, a lot of times, when you need to pray to God and find out if this is really for you. Because
Hmm.
God said He's going to give you things as what? Pleasing. He's going to give you desires of your heart.
Oh
And the
yeah.
desires of your heart doesn't mean what you desire, because we
Yep.
know that we're carnal. But when you get close to God, your heart will desire what He wants.
Yep.
So when He says
Yep.
He's going to give you desire of
Absolutely.
your heart, it's not necessarily what you're wishing for. It's when you get close to Him, you're going to want what He wants. So He will start blessing you with things that's in your heart that He knows is good for Him. And that's what He
Absolutely.
did, because Lord knows if I would have stayed in and I would have made it the way I made, I would have had the biggest head. I still would have been a good giver. I still would have helped out. That wouldn't have been the problem. But me as a person,
Hmm.
an individual,
Hmm.
Lord have mercy,
Hmm. Hmm.
I would have been wild. I
Hmm.
would have been wild. And I know it.
You know who you know who you were.
Oh, yeah.
So just like with myself before I was saved and before I went through all these things that I went through because I love music. I do, and I love to speak. That's why I got my podcast because at first I wasn't even gonna do the podcast, and then God put it on my heart like, girl, do principles and principalities. And at first, it was gonna be about something else. It was gonna be a whole different thing. I'm a motivation speaker. I like when people feel good. I like when they
Mm-hmm.
happy. I like being happy. So I like somebody around me happy too. And with that being said, um, I was like, I'm gonna do principles and principalities. I'm gonna do testimonies because my testimony, to me, I feel like my testimony is amazing. I mean, everybody should feel like their testimony is amazing, but I feel like my testimony is amazing. Like
Go to bed, Mari.
15% chance of living.
Sorry.
You're fine. You broke almost everything, and you could walk again, and don't nobody even know. Most of the people that don't know me, they will never know that I was in an accident and I broke almost every limb in my body, and I had to come back to, and I was gone, and I done flatlined like 3 times. Like they wouldn't have even knew that if I didn't say that. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like,
Can we
dang,
take a quick
you a
detour?
fighter, huh?
Can we take a quick detour? I want to talk about you flatlining.
On the
Can you tell me
helicopter.
that experience in that exact moment? Do you remember what happened when you flatlined?
Okay. And the helicopter ride, I don't remember it at all. I don't even know. I didn't even know I rode in a helicopter until they told me. Yeah. So none of that I remember. When I first got hit, I remember it was like that.
It
So
was slow mo.
it was like slow mo, like when you see stuff and it be like, oh. So I was looking for the lighter to light my cigarette because I smoked at that time, and I'm making the right turn on the red light. I look, boom, boom, then I turn. Then I seen the headlights coming. And then I was like, God, please don't let me. This was my prayer. I say, God, please don't let me die. God, please don't let me be ugly. This is it's the truth. It's what I said. Okay.
You know
Okay.
what? God heard your prayer.
And I remember getting hit from the driver's side. I remember getting hit from the driver's side. First, it was like, and I was like, ah, it hurted so bad, and I couldn't like inhale. Like I was like, "Oh God, that hurt." And then I was just like, I was looking at everything. I see my phone fly, and I was trying to grab my phone. Then my arm said, and I was like, ah, ah. I remember that part. It was excruciating pain. Okay, so when I felt it hit from the driver's side, the left side, that was both of my ribs because I broke 4 ribs. On the left side and the right side, I broke 2 ribs. Then I broke my hip on the left side, and then my pelvic on the left side. Then I broke both of my hips. Then I broke both of my legs from the femurs to the foot. So my right foot was broken, turned this way, and it was just so crazy. Then this arm, the right arm, was broken from the shoulder cuff all the way down to the forearm,
Mm,
and I landed on my face, and this is what happened with the scars. And then it goes from right here to my lip, all the way down to right here, and then it's this. It's all the way, even my eye,
mm,
and I still got gravel in here because it was the street, like. And when I spun around, I was spinning in the street on my face, and I did like this. And when I did like this, that's why I got scars on my hand. So that was
mm,
all gonna be my face. But I covered it up because I was like, this hurt. Like when I felt it on my chin, it started burning. I said, this burn. And then I
mm.
just started holding it. And I felt my forehead. And I was like, ah. And I just went to sleep. I said, I can't do this. It's doing too much. It's too much. And I went to sleep. And then when I got up, I remember that was using the jaws of life to get me out. It was taking forever to get me out, too. And he asked me, what's your name? I spelled it out for him. I didn't even say it. I spelled it out because I'm like, he gonna take forever. He not gonna even understand what I'm saying because I'm in so much pain. I'm like holding my right arm. My left arm did not get touched. It's the only thing that didn't get touched, getting that broke or nothing. Just my hand was scarred. So when they was using the jaws of life to get me out, that's when I was just like, this hurt. This hurt. Like I'm in so much pain right now. They asked me like, "Well, are you in pain? Are you okay?" I said, "I'm hurting. I'm hurting bad. Like this hurts so bad." Mind you, when I'm talking, because this is all scratched up, this had rocks and stuff in it. So when I'm talking, my mouth is so big, and I'm like, this hurts so
Hold
bad.
on, really quick. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it was hurting. You guys see the
All right, go
Giplings?
to bed,
That's
Barry.
their brand, and we're gonna talk about that in just a moment. Look at
Okay,
those
I'm sorry.
Giplings. You're fine.
My kids
So
keep on waking up.
so
They kind of come. They trying to listen or something.
they like, what's going on in there? But yeah, after that, I landed in the rocks. And when I landed in the rocks, they got me out. They asked me questions. My legs were broken on top of each other. And then after that, boom, they put me in the ambulance. And from the ambulance, they took me from the helicopter, not to Loma Linda, not to Arrowhead, but way to Antelope Valley.
I don't know
Why
how
would
far
you
that
take
is,
me
but it
way
sounds
out there?
far.
Huh?
I said I don't know how far that is, but the way you said it sounds far.
Yeah, because it's like, why would you? Because there's no trauma unit out here in Victorville. So they have to take me from way from Victorville. When Loma Linda's down the hill, Arrowhead's down the hill, they took me way to Antelope Valley.
Hmm.
And I kept,
Did they tell you why?
they said, well, when I did ask, they said because the weather.
Oh well, there you go. Get in the helicopter. I
That
don't
weather
know.
was not doing that.
I don't know.
And
But I
then
want to know
they
what
told me
happened
I
when you
cold blue,
flatlined.
huh?
I want to know what happened
Yeah,
when you
and the
flatlined, if
helicopter.
you remember
They kept
that.
reviving me. They kept
No, no, no.
put
Do you remember being on the other side is what I'm trying to ask.
okay, so I seen my dad, I seen Uncle Randolph, and I seen Big Chamonix. They playing spades. It was just
Wait, hold
three.
on. Before you start, your eyes open. Do you see the sun? Do you see bright? Because I
No,
want to know
I was in
everything.
a white room, and I opened the
Like the
door.
Matrix. The white room like a Matrix? Or
I don't.
was it
I
glowing?
really haven't watched the Matrix like that. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
about the Matrix. I never seen that. I just seen clips and stuff that people talk about. I
Okay.
really never sat down and watched that movie. I never was
Okay.
interested in it. Now I should watch it because this is the third person. You're the third person to talk about the Matrix, so that's a
I
sign.
love that movie.
I
That's
don't
like
know
my
nothing about it.
The Matrix and Rocky. That's like my two favorite
Oh,
movies
I
of all
like
time.
Creed.
I love
I like
Creed
Michael
too.
B.
I love
Jordan. That's
Creed too.
why.
But
But
you're in this
it
white
was
room.
huh?
Is it glowing or is this
No,
just
it
like a
was like
regular
a
white room?
regular white room. Like it was
Like,
like a okay. Look, this how it was. It was just white. Then I
was it
opened the
like,
door.
was it, the light looks like a bulb light, or did the lights look
It
like it
was
was
just
shining
like
from like a sun or something? I'm
it
sorry.
was
I'm just asking
like
because this is very interesting.
it was painted. Like okay, like you know how you go into a painted room and it's just all white. Like apartment, going to apartment is just white, and then you open the other door to go look at the other parts of the what's it called the other parts of the rooms or the houses and stuff like that. It was like that. It was like just
Okay.
all white. Like, and I'm just like going out the door. And then Big Chamonix, it was white. And then there was a circle table. Uncle Randolph was sitting on one side. My dad was sitting on one side. And Big Chamonix said, Tainer, you know how to play spades? I said, no. She said, so why are you here? I said, this is where I was supposed to go. She said, no, you wasn't. Go home. You know how to play spades. Come back when you know how to play spades. It's not your turn yet. And I woke up to a lady singing Amazing Grace in the hospital. A black lady singing Amazing Grace in the hospital. A nurse that I never seen again. I asked her, I said, what happened? She said, baby, you was 1 foot in the grave. I said, I want my mom. Where's my kids? It hurt. It hurt. And she did like this to my shoulder and was like, you gonna be okay. You strong. And she walked out. Never seen her again. When I talked to Lynn about it, Lynn said that was grandma's favorite song, Amazing Grace.
Wow.
And I never seen that nurse ever again. Ever.
Because
But
you
that's
and grandma
exactly how
was
it
a
happened.
nurse.
That was grandma.
Grandma was a nurse.
That was grandma
That's
singing
wow.
Amazing Grace. And
I
it's
mean, you was
crazy
already on
because
the other side, so it makes sense.
mhm,
You know, your mom was saying the same thing with her when she was on the other side. Like, no, it ain't your time.
yeah.
That's what grandma was telling your mom. Like, no, it wasn't your time.
Yeah, it's not like
And she went
it.
back.
It's crazy. It's just like, and I remember it vividly. And my dad didn't
But
have
that's just
dreads. He had
wild.
like little
Like, do you
pieces.
know how to play spades?
I don't know how to play spades. I
What?
still don't know how to play
Huh?
spades.
Play spades. Y'all play spades over here?
I still don't know how to play spades.
Like,
I'm scared to learn, to be honest.
do y'all play Monopoly too? Like,
Like, yeah, that was at the round table. It was a brown table too, at a table, literally. Uncle Randall. Okay, the way you could see where she was supposed to be sitting, that was her spot. But it was just them three in the room together.
you're so
Uncle Randolph, my dad, and Big Shamanique. Yeah,
wow.
and she was like, "Tanya, what are you doing here? Do you know how to play spades?" And I'm like, "This is where I'm supposed to be." She was like, "No, I'm not supposed to be here." Like, and then she had her hair braided and the little, the French rolls, how she used to have it back in the day, that it was braided like that. I'm like, dang. Then I was just like, just wondering, and she was like, go home.
You
And when she
know,
told me that, that's when I was like,
this
well,
is
what am
this
I?
is like me thinking entirely too deep, but it just makes me think like, how did they set all that up that fast?
You say,
How
how did
did
they
you get
what?
this table? How did you how did you know where I was coming at? You
Right,
put this table here,
right,
those three, like, how did y'all know to do this so
right,
fast?
right. No, for real. Like, do y'all be right there still the whole time? Do y'all always play these games? Like, you know? But I mean, that's what it was. That was my experience. And it's
Mhm,
crazy because I literally remember it like it was yesterday. And remember back in the day when people used to wear them dreads and they used to be like this short, it's be like an afro, then it'd be the dreads.
mhm,
That's how my daddy here looked.
mm.
But he just kept looking at me. He never said nothing. Uncle Randolph never said nothing. It was only her. She was the only one that talked to me. And I was just like, okay, like let me go back. Cause she said go back. So when I went back, I turned around. When I turned around, I heard her close the door, said cloof cloof. I heard her said cloof cloof. I opened my eyes and I seen the lady, the nurse, singing Amazing Grace. And I was like, where am I? She said, baby, you was 1 foot in the grave.
Mm.
And I looked at her. I said, what do you mean? She said, you was 1 foot in the grave. I said, I want my mom. I want my kids. She hit me on my shoulder like a tough hit, like you strong. You're gonna be all right. And I looked at her, I started crying. Cause where's my mom? Then I was like, I can't breathe because my ribs. So I looked at myself, my legs was all wrapped up, my arms was all wrapped up. I'm like, I want to see my mommy. I want to see my kids. And they was like, you can't see nobody. It's COVID. I said, COVID? What is COVID? Like my brain was it was like, what is that word that I'm looking for? I was incoherent.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what?
Your brain just went through a huge trauma. It makes sense.
Man, man, it was crazy. And then I was just like, I was in pain from my head, literally from my head down to my toes. I was in pain, whole body just, they had me on Dilaudid, and I was just mean.
Did you experience anything else
Oh
while you were
shoot.
there?
Huh, what you say?
Did you experience anything else while you were there?
And that particular, like the other side,
Yeah.
physically, that's all I remember. It probably was more stuff, but I remember that. That was what it was that I remember. I do remember before they was cutting me out. I remember it was this thing. It was like brown with wings though, but it wasn't like an angel. I don't think. My mom said it was the demonic force. Excuse me. And we just tussling. Doof, 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 doof,
What
doof,
you
doof, doof.
mean? Explain it.
Like, when you play Mortal Kombat,
No, like how did it start? Like what happened?
like
Huh?
I was just in the car asleep. After I got hit and stuff, remember I told you I let go? When I
And
let
then you
go
was tussling with somebody with wings?
with a force, with a force. It was a force, and I
While you were in
believe,
the car.
huh?
While you were in the car.
Yeah. Because remember,
Mm,
I told you I had let go. And once I let go, I was just like, and then it was just something like, it was crazy. Like, it was just like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you probably don't. But it's just like an experience to where I can't explain it, but I can just tell you I was fighting something. I don't know what it was. I don't.
man.
But it was brown. It had wings, and we fighting. Doof, 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 doof. Boom, boom, pack it, boom, pack it.
So it just came out of nowhere and just started
Yep.
fighting you. You don't
And
even
we was
know why.
fighting.
You just was
We-
like, hey, what's going on? Ah, what the?
Yep. We was
Dang.
fighting. And it had big old wings too, like, poof. And you could hear it go. When you like, have you ever heard like a bird flying and you hear like, you hear that wings? It was like,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah,
was
that
just
definitely
like,
was
it
a
was
demon because
tussling, rumbling.
ain't no reason why an angel from God would want to fight you.
Huh?
What the angel from God gonna fight you for? So
Right.
yeah,
That's my mom was like, you wasn't fighting no angel, that was a demon, that was demonic, and it was fighting for your soul. And I was
yeah,
like, uh.
sounds
And
about right
then
to me.
basically, then after
So
that,
basically, if
I
you
was
would
kind
just
of,
gave up, like whatever, you would have got. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
yeah, basically. And then when I came back to, I was still in the car. When I came back to, I was like, it was like excruciating pain. I can't describe the pain, but that pain, it was like, They kept saying, when you what they say, cold blue, but cold blue is when they gone. But re, they have to keep doing this.
Oh, it's CBR.
The check, no, the static shock. What is it called?
Oh, they had the not EKG. They had the I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they had
Yeah,
that on
they
your
have
chest.
to
Yeah.
keep doing that to me. They said you was not trying to bulge. I'm like, dang, for real. I'm like, I don't remember nothing about no helicopter ride. They said yes. So when they,
AED. They had an AED on you. There it is.
yeah, and they just
Yeah.
kept, don't clear, because it was so sore. Oh my gosh, it was so sore. It
Yeah,
was
because you're going
so
through all that trauma.
sore, huh?
All that trauma you were going
Yeah,
through.
it was. Oh
Because
my
that
gosh, it
shock,
was the
man, that
worst
shock
pain.
is heavy.
Yeah,
That
it was
shock is
so.
heavy.
Oh my gosh, they said in the helicopter, I just kept, and then they got to bring me back. They said they'll talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, and I'll be talking about nonsense. Then they said I'll go right back. Then they got to bring me back. It was 3 different times, 3 to 4 times. Yeah, I'm like, dang,
And
that's a lot.
and you only remember when you fought the demon and when you saw Shamanique and your dad and
And
Uncle
Uncle
Randolph.
Randolph. Yep, that's it. I don't remember nothing else. I don't remember the other two stuff. I don't remember that. I just remember that specific stuff. That's it. Because seeing my dad and hearing Shamanique talk to me, and I'm like, and she was talking to me like she was like, Tainer, what are you doing here? Like, girl,
Yeah, because a demon ain't gonna tell you to go back. A demon gonna
yes.
say, "Come follow me. Come on."
Yeah, She did not say that. She said, you know how to play spades? I said, no. She said, so why are you here? Come back when you know how to go play spades. Go home. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
supposed to be here.
you
And she
hear
was
so
like,
many
go
different
home. It's not your
death
time yet.
experiences. And I
Yeah.
remember this one death experience I heard this guy was saying, well, a few people were saying this, that when they died, they just remember waking up and it would be pitch black and they'll hear this voice calling their name and it would be a bunch of, it sound like a whole bunch of happy people like, John, come on, come this way, come with me. I want you to come. I want you to hear some, come play with it, whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they started getting closer. But I'm like, dude, if you in the pitch dark and somebody calling you to come here,
Yeah,
you
don't be in the
may not
dark.
want to go. And he was like, but as I was getting closer, it started to become, come on, man, hurry up. Let's go. Why are you taking so long? And then it got to the point where it's like,
Mm,
bring your over here.
right,
You
right,
taking too long. I need you to
right,
hurry up right now to pushing and shoving. Get over there. Let's go.
right.
And he's like, next thing I know, I'm seeing all these people getting burnt up, and they're
Oh,
like, "You
heck
next,
no.
you next." And they'll all say like this. Then this huge hand comes out of nowhere. It's full of light, and everybody backs up, and it grabs him and swoops him back, and he wakes up in the hospital bed like, "Oh, what just happened?" And I'm
Mm,
like, "Yeah, man,
mm,
you about to go to hell."
mm,
Because
mm.
whenever they talk about heavenly experiences, it's never somebody trying to lure you in. It just happens. You just
Mhm,
feel at peace, you're happy, and there's nothing wrong. But whenever it's demonic, like you said, somebody fighting you, somebody trying to lure you in, it's always
mhm.
this hardship that you
Yep,
go through. But
yep.
them angels, that's how I know you was in heaven the second time because
Mhm.
she's talking to you and telling you to go back. A
Yeah,
demon
she
ain't gonna tell you
said,
to
"Get up
go
out of
back.
here.
Nah, get your butt over. This is my only chance.
Get up out of here. What's wrong with you? It's not your
Once I
turn."
get you, it's over. Like
Yeah, yeah. Like, mm-mm.
but the other experiences you hear about people going to heaven, they'll say things like, "Man, I woke up and I'm in this huge field and everything was so beautiful and pretty and the sun that I looked at, you can literally just keep staring at it. It won't hurt your eyes. It's just incredible. It's beautiful. I can actually just stare at it and observe it, and then you start hearing everything singing. The grass is singing, the birds are singing, the trees are singing, the leaves are singing, and all you
Mhm,
hear is all these praises going on. And I remember I heard these church bells, and I was like, "Oh, they're having church." And but he said it was like super duper far away.
mhm,
And somebody was like, "It's really, really far, but you'll be able to make it." And this person said when he was going to church, he was walking. And he was like, "You know what? Let me just run a little bit." He started
mhm,
running, and he was like, "You know what? I feel great. I'm gonna run faster." And he was like, it took him like 2 minutes to get to church, and it was super duper far away.
mhm.
But he was able to just run and make it.
Right.
And when he got there, um, he was telling God, like, well, yeah, he was talking to God and he was saying, "Lord, I did all these wrong things, whatever. I want to make it right." And he was saying how, it was showing him all these bad things that he was doing and that he needs to go back and make it right.
Okay.
So, like, that's how you know it's from God. It's telling you to go back.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it's beautiful here, but go
Yeah,
back.
you gotta fix some stuff. Go back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It ain't your
Ain't
time
time
yet,
yet.
buddy. Go back. Ain't no demon gonna say go back.
Right.
So
You right.
he
You
went back.
right. They gonna be
Yeah,
like,
he went
yeah.
back, fixed everything like he was supposed to, and was like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's why I'm doing this podcast now to let y'all know God is real,
Yeah.
and y'all need
Yeah,
to
you
repent
right. That's you right.
and be with him now." Yeah.
Dang, you right.
Hmm. I'm
Dang.
telling
I
you.
didn't look at it like that. But you right though.
Hmm.
Because I mean, shoot. And then, I was in that magazine too, and it's about June and July, but I'm talking about like God sees me all the time. And if it wasn't for God and I wasn't saved, and basically I done did some stuff. I done did some stuff to where I feel like, God, you had me. God, like, thank you. Like, cause I love me some
Yep.
God, cause don't nobody even know, like, without God, I wouldn't know what to do. Like I wouldn't be here with like today, like you said, doing this podcast. Like we wouldn't be talking about principles and principalities. We wouldn't be talking about the righteous kingdom because that's all it's all I want is all I know. I mean,
Hmm.
I seen that other side and I don't like it. I was married to a warlock. I was married to you get what I'm saying, and the angel and the warlock don't mish at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And I'm just so excited that I got to change my life. I got to acknowledge what I was doing and what I did was wrong, and now I'm back and I'm like, okay, God is all I want is God. I don't want nothing else
Hmm.
but God. So, whew, I'm excited to have you on my show and talk about your brand. Talk about what you got going on. And so
All right. First of all, I can't believe we've been on for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm
Sometimes I
looking at the
watch
time
people
like,
podcasts and I'm like, dang, how can they talk for so long? But now I get it. You get caught up in conversation and it don't even feel like it was that long. Like we
that
got
long. Yeah, I'm
on
look like,
at 9 o'clock my time and it's
right,
10:44. Like this is crazy.
right.
So this is my wife's brand, Giftings. Um,
Okay.
so if you guys want to support me, please support my wife. It's gonna be Giftlings.com, and she sells all books. She sells these little ducklings you see around my daughter's neck there. It's like a little game that you can play. She also makes bags and purses. She has hats. So she has a lot of little merchandise that she actually makes on her own. So if you want to support me, support my wife, that would be a good thing to do. Um,
Hmm.
Also, at the moment, she is running for, I forgot the name of this website.
It's posted on my page. I posted it on my
Yeah,
page. It's posted on my
yeah.
page because
I'm
I
sorry,
forgot too. I was
and
supposed to be prepared, but I forgot too.
I know.
Because we always talk. We
All the
we
stuff
talk
I've
about
been
some of the other
saying
stuff.
that
Yeah,
lost my
yeah.
supermom.com. If you
Supermom.com.
go on supermom.com, she is in the runnings to win this award, and with this award they'll give you $20,000 towards your business. Um and they'll also give your family a free trip. And I don't know what kind of extravagant trip it is, but I expect it'll be a lot if they're giving her 20,000 for
Right.
her stuff. And she'll also be able to get into this magazine. She'll have her own little segment. So please go on supermoms.com, look up Amanda Gibson, and vote for her to be number one,
Yes.
because Lord knows we could do a lot with that 20,000, and we do need a
Amen.
family trip. So I would
Amen.
really love to have that, and her being the magazine. So please, Giplins.com, go to that.
Yes.
Um, as far as me personally, I have nothing. I don't do anything. You don't have to send me nothing. I'm just here just for entertainment, and I'm here to support my cousin in her principal and principalities,
Yes.
stuff that she
Amen.
got going on. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so good. God has been
Appreciate you.
using you. He's been pushing you to really like embody him and show the world your light. And it is shining right now. I mean, it shines so much it got my attention. You
Okay.
know,
I appreciate you.
I wasn't looking for you to see what was going on with you. One
Right.
day I was just on TikTok or something like that, and
Hmm.
boom, it just you popped up, and I'm like, oh, let me see what's going on with my cousin. I
Right.
started hearing your testimonies, and it shocked me so much because I remember I told you I didn't know what was going on really.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't care. I just
Right.
got my life too. I got my
Yeah.
kids. I have my
Yeah.
wife. I got my family. So
Yeah.
I'm focusing on over here.
Definitely.
And when I heard your testimony, it hit me so bad. I'm emotional. I
Yeah.
cry at the drop of a hat. So when I heard it, it just really touched me, and I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta reach out to you. I gotta
Hmm.
see what's going on, and whatever you got going, I'm gonna support it. So when you put out, oh, I'm gonna start making this podcast, I'm like, you gotta put me on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most
Because I
definitely.
saw your light, I saw the shine. I'm like, I want to be a part of it. Definitely want to be a part of it. But you're doing
Yes.
really good. You're extremely disciplined. I don't
Hmm.
even know how you do it. I can post one thing and that's it. I may not even give you a description. It's just here you go, and that's it. But
Right.
you,
Right.
man, you putting it out there, and you're not being
Hmm.
fearful. You just and representing God the whole entire time. Like that
Yes.
is extremely difficult to do. So
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
I
We're all proud
appreciate
of you, to
you.
be honest. Me, Lynn, and my mom, we talk about you all the time. How good you're doing. So please keep up the good work.
Not a problem. I appreciate you guys for supporting me too. And you guys was a big impact and are a big impact. Growing up, I got to tell you guys a lot of secrets and stuff like that. And like you said, you thought I was your baby sister. I thought you was my brother too. Trust me. I used to be like, got a lot of brothers. Yeah, I got a lot of sisters. And I just want God to use me. So one day, maybe a little girl, a little boy, maybe a woman, maybe a young man, a gentleman, a lady. I'm not sure, but somebody will hear and see like if God did it for her, God gonna do it for me. Because it's a lot of people that was inspirational towards me, to me. Like when I look back at you guys, I remember going to church as a family. Like we went to church. Every household didn't do that. So it was like, this is the household where I go to church at. I want to go here. And I always like, I want to go here. I want to go here. Our family, the way we all, when I was younger, grew up together was like, it was unbreakable. Like, that's all I remember. Like, couldn't, like, when you stand with when you stand in prayer, you hold hands, everybody hold hands
Mm-hmm.
and you guys make a gate. That's how it was. And I was just like, dang, like we were just so structured, so just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying nothing bad about the family. I'm just saying like maybe we all needs to attend church and things like that. We all need God. And God is just not for just one person to help the no, God will change everything.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer. Prayer is power. Okay? Not just one prayer. Every day is a new day for you to change your life. Every day is a new day for you to get the opportunity to make it better. God gives us choices. Are we going to the dark or to the light? Because that's really what it is. It's the truth. There's no other way. Are you going to the
Mm-hmm.
dark or are you going to the light? What are you doing with your life?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to the darkness. I don't like it. I can't see in the dark, but I can see in the light. I
Mm-hmm.
can hear in the light. You know, God is so good. God done did so much for me to where I honestly just tell people how I feel and I move along. I don't like the chaos. I don't like the drama. I don't like none of that. Like I'll pray for you before anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
just leave me alone, you know. And if people have to repeatedly and adamantly tell somebody the same story over and over and over and over and over, it's like, come on, do you need counseling? Do you need God? And somebody asked me, like, you grew today at church. It's somebody that I knew, previous to the situation before I got my kids taken or whatever. She asked me, she said, Shani, you been going to therapy? I said, God is my therapist. And she just put her hand out and gave me a high five, like, girl, I said, because I don't believe in this is just me. I don't want to talk to somebody that's not going to understand me because God said, come to me, not man. That's just the truth. So you're not going to understand me. You're going to judge me still. You're still going to judge me. You
Mm-hmm.
are. You're going to tell me, oh, you need medication. Oh, you need pills. Oh, you said you got gifts. What kind of gifts is that? Oh, you can do this or you can do. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to go to God. We're going to get that taken care of. I'm going to take me a shower. I'm going to pray. I'm going to lay down. God gonna talk to me in my dreams, and I'm gonna rise back up. I'm gonna write it down in my journal, my dream journal, and I'm gonna decipher and have the discernment to know what's going on. If it's a message for somebody else, I'm gonna call them. I don't know how I'm gonna tell them. Sometimes I be like not afraid, but like not timid neither, because I'm not afraid or timid. It's just I be like, how can I tell this person this without telling them like this was a dream and, a regular person, but in the family it's different because we know what we know. So it's like, oh yeah, I had a dream about this, so watch out for that. You get what I'm saying? It's so much
Mm-hmm.
easier. But when it's like a friend or if it's a church member, you can't just be like, oh yeah, I had a dream. Da, da, da. They're going to be looking at you like if they're not saved or if they don't know Christ.
Mm-hmm.
If you know Christ, you know exactly what's going on, you know? So I appreciate you too. I'm proud of you too. And Giplings, let's go. Like, for real. We gotta get it. We
Yep.
gotta support
Thank
one
you.
another because if we don't do it, who's gonna do it?
That's
We
right.
have to support one another. We have to hold each other hand. I love all my family dearly. Like all of them. Nobody's perfect. That's all I know. Nobody's perfect. I'm not. You not. No, nobody is. Only God. That's it. That's it. We all have to work on something. And I chose to work on myself before I point a finger. Like Michael
That's
Jackson
right.
said, your favorite artist. He said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. What he say? I'm
That's right.
asking him to change his ways. Okay. And that's what I'm doing. Every day. It's a day that
I
I
saw
gotta be
that
like,
movie too, and that movie was very emotional, and it was good too.
man, and you put me on that song. To be honest, I didn't know Michael Jackson the way you knew Michael Jackson.
Oh my goodness!
You love every time I think about Michael
Look,
Jackson, I think of you. Like every time I see Michael Jackson, I always think of you. Like it's no other way. Like it's wrong. Like I can't see him and not see you. Like the other day, I'm looking at it was something, and it was Janet Jackson talking about Michael Jackson. I said, I wonder what Chris doing. Every single time. I'm like, every time somebody talk about Michael, I think about you. Like, dang, that I can see y'all videos, you know, because you guys used to always show us the videos, the home videos and
yep.
stuff. And I'll think about you like, never say never because it might will happen. And you have the
Oh,
Michael
you
Jackson
remember
thriller.
that?
Just how you know the memory,
You
the
remember the
memories. Like this is
verbatim day, yeah. Don't wish that, and don't wish that, cause that
yeah,
won't really happen.
yes, yes, yes. I remember all of that. It's just like whoa, and that you taught me that never say never because it might will happen, and then you rapping this stuff. I'm like,
I
dang.
got that from grandfather, cause he always
See,
say that.
and it's the and he ain't lying.
Never
You ain't
say
lying.
never, grandson. Never say never.
Never say never because it might will happen. And you know what I be saying? I say something that I know, like that I want. I'll be like, I ain't never gonna get my kids back, man. So I can get my kids back because it might will happen.
Yeah.
You get it? So I use it for like stuff like that. I'm never gonna give me a big old place, man. I'm never gonna get my own place, and then I got my own place. I'm like, yeah, yep. I ain't gonna lie. That's how
He
I
said we
use it.
gonna
I did.
manipulate it. We gonna
Yep. I reverse
I'm
psychology
gonna
on that
use it for
thing. I
my
said, you know what?
advantage. Doggone
Yeah,
right.
yep. I'm gonna use. I'm never gonna give me a nice running car. I had this car for almost 6 years now.
Oh wow.
I'm like, this is the longest I ever kept.
Mm.
This baby, man, let me tell you, she falling apart, but she's still holding strong. I'm gonna ride her till them wheels fall off. And when the wheels fall off, I'm gonna put it back on. I'm gonna keep riding.
God is good. Mm.
I love my car because that's the car that God gave me. You get what I'm saying? What God gave to you, it don't be destroyed. What the devil gives to
Hmm.
you, it get taken like that.
Yep.
Now that's how I know that car is from God. I wanted that car since 2008. Okay. I got that car in 2022, 2023. That car been having me 2021. I don't know when I got it. I got it after my accident though. That was my second car after my accident, and it's been my car. Like my truck. I love my truck. I love my truck. And I'll be no bumper now, still cruising. I don't care.
That's
Like this is
right.
what God gave me. It get me to LA. I could drive to LA. I could drive to San Diego. I could drive to Vegas.
Dang.
But that gas and that, you got a truck, don't you?
Look, California and gas, Lord.
Mm, that gas is
I
like,
don't
man. And then
even
it'd be
get it either.
like,
I don't get it. Like, why?
that's what
Why
I
does it
said.
have to be that
I
high?
was I was crying like,
What is
why
the
is it this
purpose?
much?
I mean, it's $3.75 over here.
Really?
Like, why is it almost $10 over there?
Yes. I'm just like, dang. They like, I'll give you $5. That's not even a gallon, bro. What are you talking about now?
When we was ki-
Like, no.
when we was kids, remember gas used to be 85, 95
Yes.
cents.
97 cents. 109. They used to complain about, like, dang, that's 109.
I remember my mom was like, "Oh, this gas is $1." Like,
Man.
now look at it. I used to love
Dang,
AM
and it's the
PM too.
truth
Man, I
too.
used to love AM PM.
I remember because I remembered that, like in San Bernardino, it said 97 cents, it said 0.97. And I was like, I can't wait till I get out to get me a car. I'm always have gas. I'm just gonna get
Hmm.
pennies off the floor. That's what I said.
That's
That's a
it.
lie. You can't get no pennies off the floor. I think you about to get a gallon
Do they
of
even
gas.
take pennies anymore? I
I
thought
don't even
pennies
know
was
if they
done.
even is supposed to be existing anymore, to be honest. I
It's
heard they.
crazy.
I said, well, where was I at when they discontinued pennies? Somebody was like, "Oh
This is
yeah, they didn't
insane.
give you pennies back." I said, "They don't give you pennies back. They just stole 3 cents. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Give me 5 cents then. Don't play with me. I need all
yeah.
my coin.
I don't
That's
get it.
crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, it was so great having you on my show on Principles and Principalities, talking about your trials, your tribulations, and your testimony, and even showing out for your giftlings for Miss Amanda, my new
Hmm.
cousin-in-law. Giftlings. What did it say? Ducklings, giftlings,
That's
ducklings.
right. Yep.
Okay.
I
And
said duck links,
yes,
get links.
yes. Okay. We got to support each other. We got to support you guys. Let's support. We have to. And what's the website?
So it'll be giftlinks.com. It's gonna be GIPLNGS.com. Giplinks.com.
Okay. And we can
Facebook,
follow on Facebook,
Facebook, Instagram,
Instagram,
and YouTube.
and YouTube. Okay. And Amanda's amazing. She's been doing her thing. I've been seeing her on her social media. I'm like, okay, I see. I did see the diaper bag that she made. That was creative. I like that diaper bag, the little big one that could turn into the purse. I said, I like that
Oh
one.
yeah, that's nice.
That one, I
Hmm.
like that one.
Got one of them right here. It's like this one right here.
Okay.
She made this one. Yeah, got the little pockets right there.
Uh-huh.
Got this little strap right here.
And the straps are
You know what I'm
cool.
saying?
It's not going
So
nowhere. You could clip that
you you
inside the
you can hook it
basket.
up to your basket or whatever.
The
You know what I'm saying?
stroller.
And I mean, this is handmade by her, handmade. You know,
Oh,
she got
she
a
is
lot of
smart.
little
Crafty.
different
You see how
compartments.
Jesus was a carpenter, right?
Huh?
Jesus was a carpenter, right?
That's right.
Okay. See how we can do
So
things
you
with our
got the
hands?
regular
She's amazing.
inside of the bag. I'm
That is
trying to do this right because I
cute.
don't do this all the time, so I'm sorry. But you
Okay.
got the regular inside of the bag, and then you have a
That's cute.
compartment
Oh,
here.
look at she got the little tag. She is so
Oh
creative.
yeah. Then you got other compartments here, and
That
another
is
compartment over
cute.
here. I
That's a
mean,
lot of
she's
compartments.
made it so big. Yeah, and this is her tag.
That
Yeah,
is so neat. How cute. I like that. Giftlings. That is so cute.
and that's just one of the colors. She has a all tan one. She has a black one as well.
Mm-hmm. And the different sizes too. I seen.
She got the
The
hats.
hats.
Mama
Okay.
Duck
Mama Duck.
with the get
Ducklings. That is
with the
so
little
cute.
giplings on
And
the
that's the
side.
logo. That is cute.
Yeah, got the
I'm
giplings
gonna
in the
have to
back.
go ahead and rock me
Yeah,
one of these Sundays and be like, yeah, y'all see I got my stuff. Go support everybody. I like to people to support, and people to show what they got going on because how else we gonna get each other involved? You get what I'm saying? So God is so good, and you don't never know who He's working through.
that's right.
You never know. So everyone is a blessing. I love the whole world. That's just who I am. I mean, that's just who I am. I just love everybody. Some people I don't like their ways, and it's okay. You're just gonna have to work on it. I'm not perfect. I gotta work on my ways. A lot of people don't like the way I do things and how I probably laugh or whatever. However, But I love everybody. I love you, and I really
I love
appreciate
you
you for
too.
coming on my show to
Hmm.
spill the beans on your testimony and how you became a God fearing man. That was awesome. It was French. Come on, 2 hours. French kiss. What is it? Chef kiss. Chef's kiss. Like, oh my gosh, I think this is the longest one I had so far by far. Oh, I think this is the longest
It's
one.
the connection. We got that
It was.
connection.
And then and I still got some more to talk about, but I was like, let me
I
go
know.
ahead
Me
and we're gonna
too.
have to have a
There's
personal
still some more.
conversation
That's
on
still
that.
some more stories.
No, seriously, it's some stories, but we're gonna have to bring once I get the everything set up correctly and have everything go ready, and you come out to California or I come out to Florida. We're gonna set it up right. But right now, it's just I'm doing with what I got. And that's just how it is for right now. But I do want to go further and further with it. I want to be able to sit down and sip on some tea and talk to each other and really just, with the microphones and the face and the camera right there and really sit down podcast and but God know what I want.
That's
So
right.
we're gonna get it together, one day at a time. I love you and I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that watched the show and that joined in. You guys want to be on the show, let me know, and then I'll make a flyer and we'll talk about that. Next week is Mother's Day, right?
Yep.
I don't want to not do it though. I'm like, dang, but I'm not sure. I'm still debating to see if I want to do one because I know people are going to be busy because it is a holiday. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do one for next week or am I just going to come back on that following Sunday? Because when you in that mode, you don't want to stop. You don't want to stop. You don't want to take no break. You don't want to do nothing. You want to keep
Mm-hmm.
going. You know how it is. You're an athlete. So you just want, I don't want to keep going. I want to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're working out, you have to. You have to. You have to take at least a break for your body to be able to recuperate. So I'll see if I'm going to ask God, I'm going to pray on it. Like, God, should I or should I just do one by myself? And I appreciate you for coming back doing the redo. This is episode
Yeah,
11. It's
let's
supposed
talk
to be
about
for
that. So
9. It's supposed to
yeah, I
come.
missed it the first time.
Yeah,
I
and I'm
didn't
so excited
realize I
that you
was
was like,
going.
we gotta do a redo. I said, you know what? We do gotta do a redo. We're
Yep.
gonna do it this week.
I was so sleepy. I was so tired. After putting my kids to bed, I'm like, wait a minute, this is gonna be at 12 o'clock, not 9 o'clock
Right.
my time. It's gonna be 9 o'clock
I
your time.
wasn't
And I was
even
like, oh
thinking.
Lord. I tried to stay up too. I was like, well, let me take a nap. But ain't no such thing as midnight naps. Ain't
I
no
took
such thing
that
as
fucking
midnight
nap,
naps. You went to
turned into
bed.
a sleep. Cause I was gonna do that today. And when you text me, it was like, just know I'm ready and I'm all set up. I was like, okay, don't take no nap. Take a
Yeah.
shower. Wake up. Go take a shower. Don't take no nap. So I have to take a shower. So that's what I'm like, maybe I should just change the time to 6 my time. Maybe that will be better. But I just be I be doing so
Yeah.
much stuff. And I don't even be doing stuff, but I be doing stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. And let me tell you, I felt so guilty that day, man. I
I
remember
know
I
you
had a
did.
I had a dream we was talking about it. It was so
For
bad.
real.
So that next day when I woke up, I watched your live for about 5 minutes and I couldn't even finish it because I felt so guilty. But you was
Mhm.
ready. You was like, hey y'all. You was so happy. And I was like, man, I missed all of it. No. And Lynn texted me. She was like, are you good? We waiting for you. And I was like, oh no. I didn't even know nobody was on.
Yeah. I was like, dang, it's okay. I just keep going.
Yeah.
When mishaps like that happen, I just keep going. I'm like, dang, I don't know. But the first girl that didn't come on, she taught me to just keep going with the flow. And then the second girl that didn't come on, she help me too, basically. And I'm like, okay, well, this is how it's gonna like, if people not gonna come on, at least I know what to say because the first time I didn't have nothing to say. I was just gonna freestyle it. And then the second time I was kind of prepared that the girl wasn't gonna come on because I kind of thought about it. But with you, I didn't think you wasn't not gonna come on. I knew you was gonna come on because we've been talking about it. But when you did it, I was like, what's going on with him? Did he just do me like these little girls? And
Boy,
you was
I was
like, the
sitting
devil
there
blew
with
in
the
my eyes.
babies.
And
I
I
finally
thought that
put
was
them to
so
sleep.
hilarious.
And I was just like, come on, Chris, just stay up for 2 more hours. Just stay up for two
She
more
knew you was
hours. And I
asleep
was
too.
like, 2 hours is too long. Let me take a nap.
It was
Couldn't wait.
actually good. She covered in for you. One of the girls she covered in. For you, she covered in. Because so what she would do is she'll come onto the live and she'll watch and then she'll start talking and I'll talk to her, then I'll just bring her on. Or I'll just keep talking to her, or however. And then her and LaRonda actually got on the show. And I was talking about how, oh my gosh, I inhaled pneumonia, I mean ammonia and bleach, and I did all this. I listened to somebody I shouldn't listen to, and I almost died. Man, that's what happened, and it was so sad. It was so sad. I had to go
Whoa.
to the emergency room. I'm over there coughing and stuff. They're like, "Oh, I did that when I was 16." I'm like, "This big old age. I'm mixing chemicals, and it says do not mix." But
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm better now. I'm okay, and that was a learning situation. I'm not doing that again ever. Talking about some spiritual cleanse. Then like, girl, if them things can't smell, I'm
Lynn
just
is
sitting there
right.
like,
Lynn is right.
I know, and I'm
They
sitting
don't
there
get
like,
allergies, okay?
okay,
I'm gonna
and I
give
feel
all
just
this
so.
dust
I
to them.
was
Throw
like,
some dust on them. No, it's
she
gonna be
said,
on you.
Yeah, she like Shayna. Don't be so smart till you. I said to her, I'm dumb. She like, yes, don't be so smart till you dumb. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, cause it's the truth. I get ahead of myself and I be like, well, I'm smart already, so I already know. I'm being tested. That was a test. Cause I just got done watching sermon. I was just got done watching the service for that day. And cause I was upset I couldn't go, but I just watched it and I did that. My mom was like, "You failed the test. You got on to church. You watched church. You got you was like, oh, let me do my cleanse. Let me do my." She said, "Girl, that was your cleanse. Church was your cleanse." I'm like, pretty much. And I already felt bad because LaRonda was on me, Lynn was on me, my mom was on me. I'm like, dang, I ain't listening to nobody no more. Like, dang, man, shoot,
Oh.
man, shoot. Feeling like a little kid. I'm like, dang. Imagine though. So that's good. I learned that now. So when my children do come home, I'll be like, don't you ever mix that together. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That's something that I'll make sure to tell them. Don't put those
I'll make
together.
sure
Do
I know
not put
now
them
too.
chemicals together. Huh?
I said, I'll make sure I know now too.
No, for real. Like, we're not doing that. Okay. But yeah. So I really appreciate you and I really appreciate your time. It was so fun. It was so
It
fun to have you
was.
here and to talk to me and to let me know everything. The proposal was everything. The prayer that she did, she covered you. That was I love that. I love that. Yeah. I love that. And you felt so much in love and you gave them kids. That's them loves. That's how you know when people be loved. Them kids. They be like, oh, another one. Oh, another one. They like, how much kids Chris got? He over there looking like Auntie Marv. he done passed his mom and dad up.
Sure did.
Man, so I really appreciate you. I love you. You're so handsome. You're so amazing. You're smart. You're unique. You're successful. Your family, and I wish you guys all the best. And I pray that the kids will be even better than you guys. And I speak nothing but life over you guys. And I love you guys so much. And I really appreciate you guys. Nothing but success for you guys. And may your cups overflow and flourish into everything that you do.
Thank you, Lord. And thank you too. Um,
Not a
you're
problem.
beautiful, you're wonderful. Everything that you're touching right now is turning into gold. I really feel like you're just doing exactly what God wants you to do. Don't mind you being human and making mistakes, whatever. The
Okay.
fact that you're being disciplined and you're sticking to it,
Okay.
that's good already.
Okay. I appreciate
So
you.
continue it. Don't stop. And even if you don't think nobody's rooting for you, there's somebody that's rooting for you.
Okay.
I promise you, 2, 3 years from now, you're gonna be like, "Where my day ones at? Where my day
Yeah.
ones at?" That's right. Is you going because you're gonna have a lot of support. You're gonna have a
Yes.
lot of support,
Amen.
and it's gonna get to a point to where this is just gonna seem just easy. And this is
Mhm.
gonna seem like this is out of your control. Like it's just working itself. That's what I want to say. It's gonna get to the point where it's just working itself out. You ain't even gotta
Right.
do nothing no more. It's just working
Right.
out. But I could just. I'm not gonna say I prophesy, but I could see it.
Yes.
I could see. I could feel
Amen.
God putting that on my spirit. But I love you,
I love you.
and we're gonna
And I
do
really
this again.
appreciate you. And thank you, man.
And this time, let's talk about something else. We could talk about whatever. Just tell me any topic. We could do it again. Next
Okay.
time I put my wife on, who knows? You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Me,
can
you,
do
and Lynn,
Amanda.
we could get on.
Okay.
We could get on three-way, whatever.
Yeah. Yes. And we're gonna be okay. Yeah. We can do that. Definitely. I love it.
Hmm
I love the sound of that. Yes. We're gonna
So
do
let's
it.
just let's just come up with some good ideas and figure it out.
Okay.
But I love you,
Yes. Most
Shayna. I'll talk
definitely.
to you
I love
later.
you more.
Shayna, boom, boom,
That's my
boom,
favorite song.
boom.
Shayna boom boom booms, boom
Shayna,
boom.
boom, boom,
Yes.
booms.
Yes, that's my favorite song. I love it. Don't ever stop calling me that. That's my favorite. I love that, man. For real. I love you. I got my own special names everywhere, and I love it to my heart. For
Hmm
real. I do. All right, you guys. That was Principles and Principalities. I love y'all, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we're out of here. See you
All right.
later.
Bye bye. Have a good night.
Bye. You as well. Good night.